I'll be sharing my screen now. Please let me know when you can see my screen. Okay. Please let me know when you can see my screen. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. I'm just going to give a brief introduction, just get to know all of us, and I will be introducing our fantastic facilitator in the house, right? So we're here to discuss how to begin a career in business analysis. What is business analysis? What is it all about, right? And we have a fantastic facilitator in our midst who is going to guide us through this. Now, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Nene Efeipro, and I am part of the Analytics team. And I'm currently in the UK. I would like to get to know where we are joining from. You can give me your first name and your location or your industry, whatever you're interested in disclosing. But I'd just like to know where you are joining from. Hello, hello. Okay, I have Pelumi from Canada. Fantastic, welcome, welcome. You can also unmute yourself and talk to me. Fantastic. Yetunde from Ottawa, Aisha from Nigeria, Kelvin from UK, Tolu from UK. Fantastic, fantastic. Ola from Turkey. Fantastic, fantastic. That's the beautiful thing about virtual learning, the fact that you can get the same quality of training, the same quality of learning that someone in a completely different continent, different geographical location, different time zone. Jake from Ghana. I see someone from Niger. I didn't get that person. Okay, Damlola from Niger. Adorable from Enugu. Fantastic. So that's the beautiful thing. You are people in Canada, people in Nigeria, people in Kenya, people in Ghana, people in the UK, wherever you are, you're getting the same quality of training. Right now, let's just get to the meat of today. Right, just a brief introduction about Analytics. Analytics is an educational technology firm that is dedicated to increasing the number of Africans in the tech space. We have Africans, we are known to be very resilient people. We are known to be people that if we put our mind to something, we are able to achieve it. However, information is a very difficult thing to connect to. People have lots of information, but how to streamline it to identify a path for you is very difficult, right? So Analytics is dedicated to helping people of the Black community, Africans, to come into this space wherever they are, whether they're in Africa or whether they're in Germany, in the UK, in the US, wherever you find yourself, right? And one of our programs is the business analysis. One of our programs is business analysis. Please. If you're not talking. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, one of our programs is the business analysis, which you are here for. So just a brief itinerary of what we're going to do today. So we're going to introduce a facilitator very soon who will help us get ourselves busy. We're going to get very busy. So please try to participate. Participation is very key. This is a free masterclass, right? And you are to get as much knowledge as possible, right? Interact with your facilitator. Right, then also after the masterclass, we'll be talking about the pathway to become a business analyst, right, with international work experience, and we'll talk about our special offer for you, as well as our Analytics growth internship. If we're excited, let me see a smiling emoji. Let me see your favorite emoji. Any emoji, just give me an emoji in the chat room. Let me see an emoji. You can I allow you to meet yourself? Let me allow you. You can meet yourself and say, woo, woo. I need to see where we're excited. I need to see where
Okay.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I love this. I love it. Keep the momentum coming, keep it coming, right? Because like I said, we are getting busy now. We have with us the prestigious Oluwaseun Fagbule, right? Seun is, this is actually not updated, right? Sorry about that. This is his previous profile. I know Seun is working with Visa, right? I'm sure, am I correct? I know you are working with Visa. Ubong, this is not correct. Yeah, I know you're working with Visa. Seun is working as I think since my slides are not correct, I think I'll allow Seun to introduce himself. Seun is an experienced professional. He has worked in companies across Nigeria, across the UK, across the globe. He is fantastic, and he's here to share his nuggets with us. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Seun.
Thanks, Nene. Hi, good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you're joining from. Nene, should I proceed to share my screen. Okay. 1 second, please. I just want to share my screen. All right, please let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, all right. Second, struggling a bit with Zoom. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oluwaseun Fagule. As Nene has rightly introduced me. Second, just trying to. Yep. So good afternoon, everyone. I think Nene has just done a bit of introduction on analytics. So I'll just introduce myself. My name is Oluwaseun Fagbule. So I currently work as a systems analyst or slash product reliability engineer because my role has changed a bit with Visa Europe. I have approximately 6 years of experience cutting across the telecoms industry, manufacturing and payment industry. So I've been with MTN Nigeria PLC as a business analyst for about 4.5 years, and then I worked with Slinko UK as a process analyst for a few months part-time. Like I said, I currently work as a systems analyst with Visa Europe, and I will be taking us on this masterclass. So yeah, that's a brief introduction about myself. I know we've introduced ourselves a bit, we've shared where we're joining from and the likes, but I'd just like to ask us, what do you do currently? Just want to get a feel of, the kind of professionals that we have in the class today. So what do you do at the moment? Do you work in IT at the moment already? Do you work in tech? Are you a student? Because I mean, this course is for everyone, beginners, experienced professionals. Do you work in banking? I know we have quite a number of bankers that want to transition into tech via business analysis. Where do you work? What do you do at the moment? Just put in the chat to have a feel of that. All right. Statistician, data analyst, business process analyst, banking, primary school teacher. That's good. A teacher. All right. Lawyer. Okay, good. Sales manager, telecoms engineer, IT manager. All right, fantastic. Final year student. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're preparing to get on board business analysis and transition to and get into tech straight away. That's good. Beginner healthcare. Good, good, good. Treasury officer, right. So that's good. It's nice that we have, an array of, a variety of people on the call, of different backgrounds on the call. And I think that's the beauty of business analysis, right? I mean, it's everyone wants to break into tech, right? Balumi says you're jobless. Don't worry. I'm sure, by the end of this masterclass, you'd gain some more confidence, to apply to business analyst roles, or by the time you take the main course itself, you'll be more equipped, with the skills, right, for you to be able to get into business analysis and get into tech, right? Akonde says project management, economist of it. That's good. Right. So I was saying that, um, it's a tech world, right? It's a tech world. And everyone says, you just want to get into tech. There's money in tech. Tech is is the new oil, so to say, right? Everyone wants to get into tech. But sometimes, when you think about tech, you think about, for a lot of us, we think about tech as, that very, high profession, that very, complex profession, right? I feel like there's no way I can get into tech. I have to learn coding to get into tech. I have to, be skilled in the programming language and the sorts, right? And I'm just here to say that, there are several other ways, for you to transition into tech, aside from you learning a programming language. And one of the easiest ways, and this is what I like to tell people or say to people, one of the easiest ways for you to transition into tech, right, is via business analysis, because you necessarily don't need to have a technical skill for you to transition into business analysis. Right, and that's the beauty of business analysis, right? So before we start, I just want to introduce business analysis to us quickly, but I'd just like to ask and get a feel of what we understand today as business analysis. Does anyone wants to try? Does anyone want to come to the mic and just, what do you understand? Just a vague idea. It doesn't have to be correct. Doesn't have to be on point. Just tell us what do you currently understand when you hear business analysis? I mean, you're coming to this class and, you had an idea that you're coming to a BA class. What do you currently understand as business analysis? Anyone? Anyone wants to give it a go? Am I audible? I hope so.
You can unmute yourself now.
All right, yeah. So you can unmute yourself. Anyone that wants to try, just give it a go.
All right, good evening.
Hi,
My name is Simon.
Hi, Simon.
Yeah, business analysis is basically finding solutions to business needs.
Nice. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Simon. Anybody else wants to contribute to what Simon has said? Just give it a go. Test your knowledge. Let's validate your knowledge. There are no wrong or right answers here. Okay, Pelumi, do you want to go? Pelumi, you have your hand raised. You can unmute yourself.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Business analysis is the process, just like what you said, I'm adding to it, is a process of analyzing business needs and providing solutions to the needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Pelumi. Yeah, so I mean, Simon and Pelumi are giving, a good explanation of what business analysis is, right? Finding, the solution to business needs, basically identifying the needs and finding a solution to it, and that's really good, right? But however, it's important for us to be able to define business analysis, right, according to the standard, right, that it is. So we have the standard body, that's the International Institute of Business Analysis, IBA. So they define business analysis as a practice of enabling change in an organization by defining needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to stakeholders using a set of tasks and techniques. Now, so I would like you to focus, put your focus on the highlighted bit of the definition, right? So IBA defines business analysis as the practice of enabling change in an organization, right? Every organization, I mean, change is the most constant thing, right? Every organization goes through change, either by the environmental factors, maybe by policies, regulatory bodies, and all of those things. So there's always a change happening at one point or the other in every organization, right? So it's the practice of enabling that change in an organization by defining needs, right? So you want to define a need or a problem, right? Or identify a problem in an organization and recommend a solution, to that problem that delivers value to stakeholders. So the stakeholders in this sense, would probably be the customer, the end user, or the investors, the shareholders in the company. Your solutions just have to deliver value to the stakeholders using a set of tasks and techniques, right? And the task and techniques, is what you're going to be learning, eventually when you take on the business analysis course. But yeah, so who is a business analyst, right? So a business analyst is an agent of change. So drawing from this definition of, the IIBA, the business analyst is an agent of change. So you are there primarily to facilitate whatever change that your organization or your company is going to go through. So a change could be you want to release a new product to the market, it's a change. You want to improve on the features of an existing product, it's a change. You want to improve on a particular process for your company, maybe customer ordering process, for example, it's not working as it should, or a customer has to, it takes a while for a customer to be able to place an order for an item and all of those things. It's a change, right? So you're there as that agent of change to facilitate that change. Now, a business analyst identifies needs and defines a solution that will maximize the value delivered by an organization to the stakeholders. All of this is still drawing, still drawing from the definition. So you're there to define the needs and identify the needs and define the solutions that will maximize value, right? There's an emphasis on the value, right? Whatever solution that you're creating, whatever process that you're improving must maximize value, for your stakeholders. Now, a business analyst has specialized knowledge to act as a guide and lead the business through unknown or mapped territory. And this is true, right? A lot of companies, they typically don't know what they want to, what they want to do or what they want to build, right? So sometimes, a company could come to you as a B and say they want to build a car that can fly, right? Or they want to build a Tesla, for example, a driverless car, right? They've never been there. They've never done that before, right? It's never been done for that company, right? So maybe what they build currently today is just a Mercedes, right? A car that can, it uses petrol, it's a petrol-powered engine, right? But this time around, they want to build, a driverless car, an electric car, the one that doesn't use petrol and the likes, right? For you as a business analyst, you are there to act as a guide, for that particular organization or for that particular business to move them from the point where, they are creating petrol-powered engines to creating electric vehicles, right? So you act as that specialized knowledge, you do your research, what does it require for that company to transition from producing petrol-powered engines to electric vehicles. One of the things that you would require, of course, it can't be a petrol engine anymore, right? It has to be a battery-powered engine where you can charge and the likes. Another thing that you have to consider, and these are the requirements, one after the other. I'll talk about requirements at some point, right? So, and these are the requirements. Another requirement would be that for you to have a driverless car, there has to be a GPS system, a navigation system, right? For you to, if it's going to be a driverless car, the navigation system has to be on point. Probably the cars that they are currently working on does not have top-notch navigation system because the driver still has to control it, right? But for the Tesla, for the electric vehicle, there has to be a top-notch GPS system. So those are some of the requirements and some of the things that you would need to transition them from a petrol-powered engine to an electric vehicle. Now, the last definition of a business analyst, which I love the most, is that you're an interface between the business teams and the development teams. So a business analyst typically is that middleman, right, between the business team and the development team or the technical team, right? So typically you would have requests, from the business team. So business teams in this case would be in an organization, you'd have the marketing department, right? You'd have the sales department, right? So the marketing department can come to you and say, okay, we have this idea, want to release, want to launch a new website, an online marketplace, right, or an e-commerce website, for our market or for the youth, for example, right? That's a request, right? They want to build that product for the youth. You're getting that requirement from the business team. Now you would get that requirement, you will elicit on it, you break it down. What does it mean for us to build, an e-commerce, an online marketplace for the youth, right? You start to break down those requirements, into bits and pieces. After all of that, you then move or pass on these requirements to the development team, right? And it's the development team or the technical team, that will do the actual coding, build the website, make sure that the customer can log in, make sure that the customer can see, different items that they want to purchase, make sure that the customer can, add to cart and do all of those things. So you're just that middleman. So, and that's why it's interesting that, that's one of the most interesting things about business analysis, because you don't really have to, get into the coding. I can hear myself. I think, can we mute this, Kelvin? I think it's from your end. All right, thanks. So you are not the one doing the coding and the bits and all of that. You're just that middleman, that interface between the business team. So the business team will come to you. We have these requirements. We have this solution that we want to deploy. It is your responsibility to translate those requirements, in a way that the development team or the technical team can understand, right? And build that solution for them. Now, the business analysis framework or process framework. So basically you start, you get an orientation of, the solution or the project that you want to work on. You discover the primary business objectives. What are they trying to achieve? Are they trying to increase revenue? Are they trying to add to their customer base? And then you define the scope of the project, and output of that will be a scope statement. You formulate the business analysis plan. How do you plan to, carry out your workshops and the likes? all of these things are, I mean, they are different, topics on its own, requirement elicitation and workshops. So yeah, you formulate the business analysis plan. You define the detailed requirements. Of course, as a business analyst, you support technical implementation. Remember, you're not performing, you're not the one implementing the technical bits. You're just supporting, providing clarity or clarification where on the requirements as they need. You help the business to implement the solution, and of course, you assess the value created by that solution. You can see that value has been mentioned on and on all through the definition of business analysis. Your solution or whatever you're recommending to the business must create value. Now we're going to get busy. We're going to do carry out some we're going to get our hands dirty and get practical at some point. So remember, if I go back to I hope we all have our laptops because we're going to be doing this together. So remember, if I go back to the definition of business analysis according to the IIBA, right? It says that it defines business analysis as the practice of enabling change in an organization by defining needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to stakeholders using a set of tasks and techniques. So there are several tasks that you need or several techniques that is required for you to be equipped as a business analyst, right? So we're going to be looking at one of those techniques today, which is what the basis of this masterclass, right? Which is the practical bit, right? We're going to be looking at one of those techniques today, and one of those techniques is called the process mapping. Right. So process mapping is a technique used to visually map out workflows and processes. It involves creating a process map, also referred to as a flow chart, process flow chart, or workflow diagram. The purpose of process mapping is to communicate how a process works in a concise, step-by-step map way. So in every organization, in any industry, you would have processes, right? It could be a customer ordering process, right? It could be SIM registration process, right? So I'll give an example. I think a lot of us will be familiar, from the Nigerian context, using a SIM, registration process. So you want to register, you want to buy a SIM. What do? You go to an MTN store or an outlet or an Airtel store. You pick up. I mean, that's the process. I'm starting the process. You pick up, a SIM. You sit down. The agent asks you to sit down, and then they take your KYC. You fill a form, probably, and then they take your KYC. Those are activities, right? You take your KYC. After taking your KYC, they probably would, link your name to the SIM. You make payment. You leave the store, and they tell you maybe after 1 hour your SIM will be active. That's a process. That's a SIM registration process, right? Which you have done to register your SIM or to buy a new SIM. So a process map is a technique that is used to visually map out, workflows and processes in a concise step-by-step map way, right? To show you that, okay, this is the workflow. The first thing you do in this process is you walk up to, to an Airtel outlet or an Airtel shop or an MTN shop. The agent gives you a form, you fill the form, the agent takes your KYC, you do your thumb print. After that, the agent does takes your picture. After that, you're given the SIM, your SIM is active, and then you can make calls. That's a process. That's a SIM registration process, from the customer's perspective. Now, we have some process mapping symbols, that we use in building process maps. The first one is called a terminal. And this is used both where the process starts and ends. So if we're going to start a process, you would use this symbol, which is called a terminal, to indicate the start of the process or the end of the process. We also have what we call the activity, right? Which is represented by this rectangular symbol. And this signifies a task or an activity in the process, right? So in the example that I gave earlier, if the point where the agent, where the agent asks you to fill a form, that's an activity, right? So you would mark that as an activity. The point where you're doing your thumb print and you're taking your KYC, it's an activity. The point where you're making payment for the SIM card is an activity, right? In that process. We also have the decision point, right? Which is marked by this diamond-shaped symbol. So this is when the decision is made, where there's a different process part, actions are taken as a result from different decisions. So if you get to a point where you need to make a decision to say, okay, maybe at this point, I want to, sometimes at the point of SIM registration, they'll ask you to recharge your card, right? So if you want to decide, okay, I want to recharge or not, yes or no, right? I can decide I don't want to recharge at that point and maybe recharge later. That's a decision point for me as a customer, right? So That's the decision point. Now we have what we call a sub-process, which is marked or signified by this symbol. So a sub-process basically is a process within another process. So remember, say as part of the SIM registration process, there's another process there that could be, data bundle purchase, which is another process in itself. So at the point where you're registering your SIM, after you've registered it, the agent might come to you and say, okay, do you want to make a bundle purchase? I can help you to do that, and then they kick off that entire new process, by helping you, maybe dialing the USSD code, looking at the bundles, or maybe from their end, from the computer, they help you to purchase, the data bundle. That's another process on its own, right? So if as part of your main process, you need to, refer to another process, right? That is when you use a symbol, which is a process within another process, and that is called a sub-process. And now we have this that is, signified by the this is the document symbol. So if you have a written or electronic document that is produced as an output of the actions in the process, right, then you want to signify it with this symbol. This symbol represents database. There are some processes that you would need to maybe move customer data from this database to another database, or signify that this is, a particular storage where customer data is being stored, right? You signify that with this symbol. And of course, we have this slanted rectangular shape that is used to symbolize, when there's an input or output to a process, right, such as information or a report. And then we have the connector, which is marked with this circle, right? So a connector basically, helps you to continue your process map on another page if it won't fit into one, right? So if you're going to if your process map is a bit complex and you need to, continue on another page, then you need to put a symbol at the end, of the last activity on the first page, and then continue with this symbol on the next page, right? So anybody looking at your process map can tell that when they see the symbol, they can tell that, oh, this process map is not complete. It probably is on the next page, and I need to go to the next page to look at it, right? So this is just giving us, a quick overview of a process map. Now, this is what we're going to be building. This is what a process map looks like. And this is Jumia Tech install assist process, right? And this is the to be. So we're going to be building this together today. I'm going to be sharing the link on the chat quickly. I hope we have our laptops and we're ready to do this together. So let me just grab the link quickly, share to the chat. Esther, you're saying you can't hear me. It probably is just from your end. So you would need to probably log out and log back in. All right, so I've just pasted the link. So I'm just going to unshare this particular screen, and we share my screen. We share my new screen. So 1 second. Please let me know when you're able to see my new screen, which is the link that I just shared. Can you see my new screen? All right. Let me just do that again. Just going to think I I just wanted to. All right. So if you can see my new screen, so you're probably on this page at the moment, trying to just minimize this. Okay, so before that, we're going to be working on a case study, right? I think I should share, go through that case study first before we do this. So let me just share the case study. Or okay, let me just continue with this first. Second. Okay, so at this point, you can see I'm going to create a new diagram. You can see hold on. I just want to give an example of a process map quickly, and just to show that process map, you can relate a process map to anything at all. So I'm going to click on the flowcharts, and then click on create, and I'm just going to save this as sample. All right. Can we see this new screen? I don't know. I'm struggling a bit with the Zoom. Can we see the new screen where I have a sample flowchart? Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is an example of a flowchart, right? So when I was explaining the process mapping symbols, right, there was something I said, you need to start with. Who can remind us? And it's not here at the moment. Anyone? Anyone wants to remind us? If you want to start a new process, right, what is the symbol that you would use to start a new process? Terminal. All right. Thanks for that, user. So it's a terminal, right? However, that is not included here. So I'm going to give an example. So you just go back from work, say maybe in the evening, and then you wanted to turn on your lamp, and then you found out that the lamp is not working, right? So here is an activity, the lamp doesn't work, right? And then you move down to this point. Is the lamp plugged in? Who can remind us, or who can tell us what this particular symbol is? Anyone? Yeah, Didion, you said it's an eclipse shape.
Decision.
Yeah, decision. So Didion, you said that's an eclipse shape, which is good. That's the shape. However, you need to be able to call it, in the BA term, right? Which is a terminal, right? So yes, that's the decision point, right? This is marked as a decision point. So the lamp doesn't work. So you're here at the decision point. Is the lamp plugged in? You're just trying to find out. I mean, because why is it not working? So if the lamp is not plugged in, which is a no, then you say you want to plug in the lamp. Then hopefully when you plug in the lamp, then it comes on and it starts to work. But if the lamp is plugged in, which is a yes, and it's still not working, the next line of action or the next line of thought is you want to check, is the bulb burnt out? If the bulb is burnt out, that's a yes, then you want to replace the bulb, right? And hopefully when you replace the bulb, the lamp should come on. But if the lamp does not come up, if it's a no, even though the bulb is not burnt out and it's a no, that means then there's something entirely wrong with the lamp and you need to repair the lamp, right? So this is just bringing it home, to say, a process map, you can use a process map for basically anything, your day-to-day activity, but it's primarily used, in the BA world, to map out activities and processes. So I'm just going to share quickly the case study that we're going to be working on today. Right, please let me know when you're able to see this case study that I'm sharing.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right, thanks. So like I like to say to people, for the purpose of this class, I want all of us, to wear the hat or the cap of a business analyst. You're here, for this master class because you want to learn about business analysis. So I want us, for the purpose of this, master class, put on the hat, of a business analyst. We're going to be solving this problem together, and this is, basically a day in the life of a business analyst, and this is what, you typically, find yourself doing. Remember, this is one of the techniques out of many techniques that is used in business analysis. Now, companies mentioned in this case study, are fictitious, just a disclaimer, and are for educational purposes only. Scenarios, events, and names mentioned in this case study are fictitious as well, and any resemblance to actual persons, corporations, or institutions are purely coincidental. Now, what is the project objective? So you have been employed, to Jumia Tech as a business analyst during the pandemic of 2020. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with Jumia, even though that's not exactly the company we are talking about here, but yeah, similar. We are familiar with Jumia. Jumia is an e-commerce, company based in Nigeria and I think some part of West Africa as well. But those of us that are not familiar with Jumia, Jumia is just similar to the Amazon, eBay that we know of, right? So it's an e-commerce app where you can purchase items, place orders, and the likes. So you have been employed to Jumia Tech as a business analyst during the pandemic of 2020. We all can remember, the COVID-19 pandemic and all that happened, there's the social distancing, and everyone was locked indoors and all of that. And you are tasked with coming up with new process steps to resolve Jumia Tech's online purchases, in-store pickup process, and their tech support process in response to the pandemic. Right? So you've been employed as a business analyst to Jumia Tech, and you're asked to come up with a new process steps to resolve Jumia Tech online purchases, in-store pickup process, and their tech support process in response to the pandemic. So remember, if you want to purchase an item, typically maybe on Jumia or on Amazon, right? So you go to the website, you log onto the website, you check the items that you want to purchase, you add them to cart, and then by the time you add to cart and you want to check out, you typically choose either for it to be delivered to your house or that you pick up, at a store, maybe a Jumia store close by, which is close to your house, and then you can walk down there, and pick it up. Right now, the focus of this case study is on the in-store pickup process, right? So there are two types of delivery or two ways where the customer can pick up or get their items. Either it is delivered to their houses or the customer walks in, into the store to pick up their items. But because now, we are, going back to COVID-19, everyone is, there's lockdown and the likes. So we're trying to improve, the way the pickup process is when customers come, to pick up the item. Now, what is the background of the problem? So Jumia Tech is a large, can we mute, please? Thanks. So Jumia Tech is a large supplier of consumer hardware devices such as laptops, tablets, printers, monitors, and cables. They have large stores in every state and also have an online store where customers can purchase items online and have it delivered to their home or delivered to the nearest Jumia Tech store. Right, I hope you're following. Now, Jumia Tech also offers tech support services to small and medium-sized companies. So there are two. Can we all mute? I'm not sure who that is, please. Thank you. So basically there are two processes here, right? There's the process, for the in-store pickup option, and also there is a process, for the tech support service. For the purpose of time, we're just going to be looking at, the first process, which I explained earlier, which is to pick up the item, at the store. So what is the current process? Now, in business analysis, there are two terms that we call the assist and the to be. Now, so the assist is basically, the current process. So here you can see currently the process to handle pickup of online sales is as follows. So assist is what is the current process today, right? Remember, you're trying to, improve on a process or improve on a solution, but before you can improve that solution, you need to be able to understand what the current process, of that solution is today, what the current process is today, right? So the current process is called the as-is, as-is, right? What currently obtains today? What is the current situation of that process today? What is the current situation of that solution today, right? And that is the assist. Now, by the time you then look at the assist and then you come up with recommendations and solutions, remember, as a business analyst, you're identifying the problem, right? And that's the problem is what we're looking at here. And you're also recommending solution, right? So in identifying the problem, you need to look at the assist, right? You need to look at the actual problem, what it is today, which is the as-is. This is what we currently have today, and that is where the problem is, right? After you've been able to identify the as-is, right, the current process, then you need to be able to build the to-be, right, which is the future state of that process, what you want it to be like, what the improvement is going to look like, right, which is the to-be. Right, so as-is and to be, right? So I don't want us to forget that. So the as-is is the current process, the current state of that process or of that solution. The to be is the desired state, right? The future state where we want it to be, where we want it to look like. Now, let us look at the current state, which is the as-is for the in-store pickup option. So it says here, when a customer buys an item online, They can choose to have it delivered to their nearest Jumia Tech store as one of their delivery options. When it arrives to the store, the customer is identified by email and text messages, and the customer goes to the store to pick it up. When the customer arrives at the store, they usually must join a line to wait to receive the item, and this wait could take up to 20 minutes. This is because the item pickup is done at the customer service line along with other customer service requests. Once it's the customer's turn, the customer has to verify their identity and provide the tracking number sent in the email or text message in order to receive the item. The agent finds the package with the tracking number that matches what the customer gave and verifies the identity of the customer. Then the customer is given the item and they can leave the store. Now that is, the current process. That is the access. They've walked us through. Remember the example that I gave about the SIM registration process. The customer walks into the store, the customer thumbprints or is given a form to fill, the KYC of the customer is taken, your photograph is taken, and then you make payments. This is another process, right? And we have walked through the current process. Now, what is the problem? Because of the pandemic and the social distancing requirements, the store can no longer have long lines for customer service. How can they still provide a good service for their customers who make purchases online and need to receive the item quickly? Your task, you are tasked with finding a COVID-safe way to help customers pick up their items that are purchased online. Design a new workflow or new process map that would demonstrate the new processes. You're tasked with finding a COVID-safe way to help customers pick up the items that are purchased online. Design a new workflow that would demonstrate the new processes. Now, I just wanted to ask, who can tell us what the problem is here? What are we trying to solve? As a business analyst, you've been given this problem statement, you've been given this document. What is the problem? What are we trying to solve exactly? Anybody? You can come to the mic.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Kelvin.
Hi, Kelvin.
Yeah, to solve this problem, there could be one way, due to the COVID pandemic, everybody are scared and you no longer have that queue anymore. We could prefer a solution for home delivery.
So what is the problem itself first before preferring the solution? Remember, as a business analyst, you need to be able to identify the need, the problem, right, before you can prefer a solution. So I want us, based on the background and what I've read out, what is the actual problem we're trying to solve here? In summary, yeah.
Yeah, in summary, social distancing and the COVID-19, the pandemic is a problem.
Okay, social distancing. Thanks for that. Anybody else?
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Hello. My name is Okechukwu.
Hi, okay.
For me, I think the company would be looking at addressing the problem of, how to deliver good customer experience to the people who are shopping with Jumia.
Yeah.
At that point in time, with serious consideration to the challenges at that point in time, which is the COVID-19.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for that, Okechukwu. Anybody else? There are different problems here, actually. There are at least two problems.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, this is Aisha.
Hi, Aisha.
My whole idea is what they're trying to solve is, one is the social distancing that is caused due to the pandemic. And the second solution, the second problem they're trying to solve is the prompt delivery of goods, as in delivering of goods to various individuals.
Okay, there's still another problem as part of this current process that we're not mentioning yet, right? Yeah, the social distancing is there, right? But there is another one. So it says that when the customer arrives at the store, they usually must join a line to wait to receive the item, and this wait could take up to 20 minutes.
Hello, can I say some hello?
Yeah, hi, we can hear you.
Okay, I think quick delivery is the issue. A lot of people wait in line.
Yeah.
So they tend to delay with regards to the delivery.
Yeah.
So they're looking for a solution to fasten up the delivery.
Yeah. So to fasten up the pickup, remember this process is talking about when the customer wants to pick up, right? There are two ways that the customer can get the item. Either it is delivered to their homes or it is delivered, or they come to the store to pick it up, right? So there are two major problems here that I can see. One is to reduce the wait time, when a customer comes, rather than them having to wait 20 minutes, is it possible to reduce, the wait time from 20 minutes to maybe 5 minutes, right? One. Then the second one, when you look at the task, is that you need to find a COVID safe way to help customers pick up the item, due to the social distancing requirement. Now, and this is one, I just wanted to mention that because one of the key competencies, that you need to have also as a business analyst is prioritization, right? Now, there are two key problems here, but the problem that we've been asked to tackle, right, is actually not the wait time of the customer, right? They've given us, and it's clear here to say, because of the pandemic and social distancing requirements, the store can no longer have long lines for customer, service. Your task with finding a COVID safe way to help customers pick up their items. Now we've identified the problem. Who can provide a solution? What solution do you think we should do to resolve this?
Hello.
Anyone?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Sally, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think maybe appointment.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Any other suggestions?
Home delivery, Kelvin. Home delivery. Could be a good solution. Could also be a good solution.
Yeah, home delivery, but you don't want to take away the option of the customer having to pick up the item, really, right? Because as a customer, I mean, the reason why I probably have opted, if I choose, for my item to be delivered to my house, I have to pay, a delivery fee, say maybe 500 Naira or $10 or $5, but I want to save myself the cost of having to make that payment, right? And that is why I've chosen, to pick up my item, because the store is just maybe 5 minutes walk from my house, right? So I could be coming back from work, and then just stop by the store and then pick up my item, and I've saved myself 500, Naira, or I've saved myself $5, right? So you don't want to take away that option from the customer, right? So you still want to give them that option. However, you want to make it in a COVID safe way, right? For them to be able to pick up the item by, ensuring social distancing and the likes.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you.
Hi. Okay,
Hi,
I think during the COVID-19, there were some measures, protective measures that were taken in place so that people can actually walk around for a while. So if the store can incorporate that,
some of those
things
like 2 meters, standing 2 meters apart.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But there could be other solutions too. I think someone mentioned, appointments, creating an appointment. Someone is saying creating more pickup points, and the likes. Hi, can you raise your hands if you want to come to the mic? All right.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Simon.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. My name is Cyril.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I think the issue here is the long lines that we're experiencing during the COVID period. So since the task over here is to provide a COVID safe way, I think what we have to identify the problem, whatever is causing this long line issue. And over here, it is because they have to do, each customer has to identify and verify the identity and also their tracking numbers. I believe if the company can find a way to do that particular section, not on the premises of the store, the Jumia store, probably like via online before the customer even comes into the premises to pick up the products. That way it can significantly reduce the waiting period and also these long lines that is causing. So I think that is an area that can be looked at.
All right, thanks. Okoyemi, do you want to go quickly? And then Rachel afterwards.
Yeah, thank you. I think one of the things I saw here in Dubai, there is one like related to Juma, like known.com. During the COVID pandemic, they build like a bus, like a product bus. They put all the things that you have ordered inside those bus, and there is a space that you can put your tracking number. When you click on that tracking number, the thing will just drop as if you are buying, that Mender machine for water. That if you that they store water inside, then when you put the price, then just drop down. So I think they build it they have it in all malls around, which make it faster, that you can just go to any mall close to you or any shop outlet. You can just make that, and it's improve the tracking process.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for that. So yeah, there are several options, several solutions. Rachel, do you want to go? And then we'll have Omolara go last.
Once you see it, you know what this one is for, what that one is for, what that one is for.
Rachel, do you want to go quickly?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
I think they should employ more staff.
Okay, that's an option.
To make the
Employ more staff.
processing fast.
Okay, but what if that's going to be costly for the company to employ more staff? I mean, do you get okay? So
Yeah.
those are some of the questions that you would get asked, when you're offering or preferring solutions. You need to consider the company or the organization's budget. You need to consider the timeline as well. Do they have the time, to be able to do recruitment and get people on board, and the likes? Those are some of the things. But thanks for that. Yeah. So there are different, solutions, possible solutions. Omolara, you want to go? That would be the last person we'll take quickly.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, so I think for this purpose, what I'm looking at here is, first of all, they will have to reduce, they will have to look for a way to reduce contacts, people contact as much as possible, and also look for a way to reduce the waiting time and at least maximize the collection time. So for that, they would have to involve more self-service.
Okay.
When the customers get there to pick up.
Yeah.
So doing that, they might want to put appointments. That's timing. If you're coming to pick up anything, you have a time. So with that particular time, probably a grace of 5 minutes, you need to pick up between this time and this time.
Yeah.
With that timing, at least there's a number of people that will come in.
Yeah.
Put in their codes.
Yeah.
And pick up whatever they are picking up.
Yeah.
So that somebody will not pick up another person's stuff.
Yeah.
Probably by the security post. There should be a way you can tender the code you have with whatever you have picked before you step out of the building.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That's what help. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Omolara. Aisha, sorry, we won't be able to take you because of time. We'll take you at some point later on during the class. But yeah, I'm liking that. I mean, I like that we are coming up with different recommendations, different solutions, and it just shows that we've actually started thinking as business analysts, right? And these are some of the things that you have to think through and through when you're working on processes for your company or for your organization, right? So I'm going to just, we're going to start now. I hope we have our laptops ready. So if you want to go to the link that I shared, Ubong, I don't know if you can just maybe reshare that link for those that joined, or I can just quickly paste it in the chat for those that joined not too long ago. All right, so there are different tools that you can use, in building process maps. This is one of them, which is draw.io. So if you're seeing, are you seeing my screen, my new screen where it has device, create new diagram? Can you guys see that screen? All right. So now, just proceed to create a new diagram. Click on create new diagram. Right. And then click on blank diagram. And then click on create. It's going to ask you to save it, either to a device or to Google Drive. But I would advise that you save it to your device, right? And then just give it a name, Masterclass, Analytics Masterclass, just so you can remember that you did it whilst you were on the Analytics call. Right, so I'm just going to save that. So once you save that, you're able to get to this blank canvas or this blank page, and then you're able to see this is a blank canvas or a blank page, right? So if you're here, can you just let me know with just a reaction or put it in the chat? I just want to know how many people are doing this together with me, so that I know those of us that are participating as well.
Sorry, please, excuse me. Please, can you come again? Because it's actually it's not easy for me to...
Can you come again? We created it, but mine is mine is not blank.
Okay, so click on the URL, right? You get to this page, it's going to ask you to save to either a device or Google. It's not asking me because I'd previously saved mine. I've selected device previously for mine. So you click on create new diagram.
Create new diagram.
Yeah.
Mine is not. Decide, should I click decide later?
Decide, Are you using a Windows PC or a Mac?
Yeah, window.
Decide later.
I'm seeing Google Drive. I'm seeing OneDrive
So
device.
select device.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're gonna save the device.
Create new diagram.
Yeah. So create new diagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blank diagram.
Blank diagram. Yeah. And then click on create.
Then I click create.
Create. Yeah. And then give it a name. It's gonna ask you to save it.
Okay. Masterclass.
Yeah. Masterclass. Analytics masterclass. Just save it.
Okay.
I'm actually using a Mac.
So it should be the same process.
Drive.
Yeah. So save it to your device.
Yeah, I've saved
an
it.
option for a device.
Yeah. Mine is not blank.
It would be blank. You'd see the blank. Okay, I'm just going to do it one more time so you'd see it. Show.io. Right. So you get to a point where you need to save to your device. I'm going to click on create new diagram at this point. And here you would see blank diagram, class diagram, flow chart, organizational chart, streamline diagram, entity relationship diagram. Just leave it at blank diagram, which is already selected, right? And then click on create. And then to ask you to save to your device, so you can save it to your device. And then it takes you to the blank page. So if you're here at the moment, if you're on this blank page, can you just signify by reaction in the chat? Just want to get a feel of those of us that are doing this together. Anybody? Okay, Favor, that's good. Amen, that's good. Favor Bernard, all right. Who else is doing this? Boo Boo, all right. Who else? Just put a yes. If you're following us, just put a yes in the chat so we know, how many people. All right, and then he's following Idowi as well. That's fantastic. Eunice, that's good. We want more people. There should be more people. Aisha, at the end of this class, you can confidently say that you've built, a process map. Dami, Isioma, Chigozie, Timilein, that's good. Ken, okay. Tom, that's good. All right, I think we have at least 20 people, that are doing this with us, which is really good and encouraging. All right, so we're going to start, right? So who can tell us the first process that we're going to build? I talked about something about, the current process and then the future process. The current process, what is it? What is it called? Can anyone tell us? In the BA term.
Assist.
Assist, all right, that's fantastic. So we're going to be building the assist. I'm just going to, if you come to this page here, here you can just double click on this and type assist, right? Just to rename it, and that's the assist. Right. So we're going to start building our process
Please,
map
can you
based.
come again?
So double click on the
didn't
page here. It's going to pop up to say rename. Here, double click, and then you have assist, and then you rename. All right, so we're going to be creating our process map based on the current flow. Remember, the current flow says that the customer, would pick up the current flow for, an e-commerce website. What you would do, right? So you basically, you put your item in the cart, you check your checkout page, you select the option, in-store pickup option, you make the purchase, you make payment and all of that, right? So these are list of activities, right, that you'd have to do or that you have to carry out in building your process map. So I'm just gonna, for the purpose of time, I'm just gonna share, those list of activities on the chart quickly. You can just copy them and paste them somewhere, or just look at them on the chart as well if you want to. Right, so I've just pasted a list of activities that would follow through, just so we can, for the purpose of time. Right, so those are a list of activities. Customer will put the item in the cart, customer will access the checkout page, customer will select the option, either pickup option, customer will make their online purchase, they'll check if the payment is authorized or not, and so on and so forth. So all right, so that's that. So we're going to start this process now. Can anyone tell us, the symbol that we need to use to start this process and what it is called? Anyone want to start?
Terminator.
Not terminator.
Start.
Yeah, it's called the start, but that's that's not the exact name. Anybody else wants to try? You're close. It's Tammy something, but not Terminator. I think probably you just went to the
Terminal.
cinema.
Terminal, it should be
Terminal.
terminal.
Terminal, fantastic. Yeah. So terminal. So if you come to the left-hand side of the app, you can see different symbols here, right? So you can see general and all of these different symbols that you can select from. Right. So we're going to start this process. And I'm just going to, click on this terminal and drag it to my canvas, to my blank page. Right, I can reduce the size, and then I can just, put in, double click inside and put in start. So I'm starting this assist process, for the in-store pickup option. So that is the start. Now, according to the list of activities, that I pasted in the chart, the next, activities that the customer will put the item in their carts, and check out and look at their checkout page, right? So what's the next symbol that we're going to use, to symbolize that activity? Anyone? Anyone? What's the symbol to use to symbolize, an activity or a task that needs to be carried out? Dami says activity, yeah, but what's the shape, right? Yeah, it's the activity symbol, but what's the shape?
Arrow.
No, the symbol itself. What's the shape of the symbol?
It's a rectangle.
A rectangle, fantastic. Right, so it's a rectangle, right? But if I come here, if I just over around my start symbol, the terminal, right, you'd see different arrows, that goes up, comes down, and all of that, right? So I'm just going to click, over on this, and then it suggests to you, what the four most frequently used symbols, right? So out of these four, click on the arrow. I just click on the rectangle because that's the shape that I need at this point. So once I click, it automatically, puts the arrow there as well, right? So I can just, type in the next activity, customer puts item in cart and accesses checkout page. Right. And then the next activity following that is going to be that customer selects in-store pickup option, right? The same thing. I'm just going to over on that shape, look at the arrow, probably click on this. It's going to give me the same size of shape. I'm going to cancel this and just put in customer select or type in customer select in-store pickup option. Right. The next activity, again, I'll just over, which is a symbol, which is a rectangle, which is an activity symbol, right? And the next activity is that customer makes online purchase. So I can drag all of these back, just to give myself some space. I can decide to reduce the font of the text. It's 12 at the moment. If I want to do that, I can just double click on the entire text. When you come here, you can see, this font button, the font size, and then I can reduce it to say 10, and then reduce the size of the shape. I can do the same for this. Just want to align it. 10, then reduce the size of my shape a bit. Then do the same for this. Make it a 10. Then reduce the size of the activity diagram. Just want to make it a bit more in tune with the others. Okay, yep. All right. So now the customer has made the online purchase. Now we want to verify, is the payment authorized, right? Yes or a no, if the payment is authorized. Remember, when you're making payments, and this is something we can all relate with, right? I'm just gonna look at the chat quickly. Please let's not unmute till we're asked to. All right. So if you want to make payments, online, there are times when the system has to check that your payment is authorized, right? And the means that the system will use in checking, they will check, does this customer, so say for example, the amount of stuff you want to purchase is $50, right? So they will check your card, so you've inputted your card details and all of that. There's a verification check that goes through to your card to check if you have the amount of money, right? So if you have at least $50 or above, it authorizes your payment. But if you don't have it, what happens? You get a declined, payment notification, right? So at this point, want to check, if the customer's, payment has been authorized. What symbol, what process mapping symbol are we going to use to depict that? Anyone? Could you just raise your hand if you want to give it a go. So want to check, is the customer's payment decision? Fantastic. So yes, we would need to use the decision box or the decision symbol to indicate whether the customer's payment has been authorized or not, right? So if I continue to hover on this, it's going to give me the options again, right? I want to click on the one down here and then click on the decision box, right? So in there, I'm just going to type payment authorized with a question mark because it's a decision that we want to make, right? So if the payment is authorized, if the payment is authorized, then what happens next? Or if the payment is not authorized, what is expected to happen? Anybody? You get a declined message, right? So payment authorized, no, right? On this line, on this arrow, you can double click right in the middle of that arrow. It's going to open up a text box to you and then you can type in no. Payment authorized, no, then display decline message. So the customer will get a notification to say, sorry, the payment has not been authorized because of insufficient funds, or something, in the light of that. So payment authorized, no, display decline message. And for this particular customer, right, we can say that for this particular customer, the process has ended for that customer because my message is not correct. So just trying to, because of time, yeah, message. So we can say that for this particular customer, the process has ended for them because, they try to make payments, but they don't have enough funds to make that payment. So they've gotten your payment has been declined. And for that particular customer, the process has ended, right? For us to end the process for this customer, who can tell us again what the symbol to use would be?
Terminal. I hope I got it this
Terminal.
time.
Yeah, you got it.
Not
Terminal.
Terminator. Was a mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, Terminal. Someone is asking what is the name of this app. It's called draw.io. If you could just put it in Google, you would see it there, right? So we're going to use, the terminal, right? So I can just, choose the shape of this to form a terminal, right? And then put in end. Yeah, I feel like I need to reduce stuff a bit more. So that's ended for that particular customer because their payment was not authorized. Now, if the payment was authorized for the customer, right, the next activity will be to display a success message to the customer to say, your payment has been authorized, and then the system would send a confirmation email with tracking number to that customer. So it's going to be depicted with an activity box again. So I'm going to, do this and drag it down. Send wish. Yep. So I'm just going to copy and paste it because of time rather than typing, because I have it here. So the payment is authorized for the customer. You double click on that line again. It's going to open a text box to you, and then you type in yes. Payment authorized, no, display decline message. Payment authorized, yes, display success message, and send confirmation email to customer with tracking number. Gonna paste this. Reduce the fonts to a 10. Right. So payment authorized, no, you display the client message to customer, and then that ends the process for that customer. But for the customer that the payment was authorized, yes, you continue with the process for that customer. So payment authorized, yes. And then the next activity is that the system places the item in awaiting delivery store queue. Now remember, this is the current process, for a customer to pick up the item at the Jumia store. Copy and paste this. Reduce the font again to like a 10. Reduce the size. Place item in awaiting, store delivery queue. So remember, most times, when you purchase items from Jumia or from Amazon, Amazon itself does not have, they don't own those products. There are different vendors that supply those products and all of those things, right? So at this point, when the message has been sent to the customer, and the customer has gotten the tracking number, for the item, internally, Jumia would place the item in awaiting delivery, awaiting store delivery. So they are waiting for the vendor, to send that particular customer item or that particular customer order to the store where the customer has chosen, to pick up the item. So this here says that, place item in awaiting store delivery queue. If you have followed up until this point, if you're here, can you just put in the chat just so we get, a feel of those of us just hoping that we have not lost too many people. So if you're followed up to this point, let's see in the chat, just put a yes. Alasukome, fantastic, amen. Temilayin, Dami, Delai, Kweku, Tolu. Oh, quite a number of people. Okay, that's really impressive. Courage. I would love for more people to do this. I mean, it's not too late. Pick up your laptop. I'm sure if you wait to the end of the course also, you would get the link to the recording and you can go through it again. Yiza, Isiani, Sarah. Okay, that's really good. Bless. I think this is one of the classes that we've had, even more participation, which is really encouraging. I see lots of future BAs or actual BAs on this call. All right, so place item in awaiting delivery store queue. Now, the next question we're going to ask ourselves is has the item been delivered to the store? Right, because at this point we are waiting for it to be delivered to the store. Right, has the item been delivered to the store? What are we going to use again to answer that question? Anybody? Anybody wants to try?
Decision.
A decision point. That is a decision point, right? So we then over on this again, and then click on your decision points. So item delivered to store. Just going to reduce the fonts just to give it a nice, look. Probably bring this down. Okay, that was 8. Maybe I give the others 10. Yeah, so item delivered to store. If it's a yes, then the next activity is that you send a delivery notification email and text message to the customer, right? So I'm just going to over and click on this. So item delivered to store. Double click on this. Yes. So send, let me just copy and paste it because of time. Send delivery notification email and text message to the customer. Choose the font to 10. Send delivery notification email and text message to the customer because the item has been delivered to the store. So we're saying the item has been delivered, come and pick up your item. However, if the item has not been delivered to the store, right, we need to ask another question. And we're going to use a decision point for that, right? If the item has not been delivered to the store, which is going to be a no. So item delivered to store, no. We need to ask another question. Has the expected delivery date passed? Is expected delivery date passed? Right. So we're asking this because, so say for example, you placed an order today is Monday, right? You placed an order today, right? And by the time you place the order, Jumia will send a notification to the vendor to say, okay, this customer has placed this order for your item. When are you going to deliver it to the store? So the vendor is probably going to say, okay, I'll be able to deliver that item by Wednesday, right? Or Thursday, let's use Thursday, because the vendor will say, okay, I will deliver it to the store by Thursday so that the customer can pick up that item. Now we're asking here, so say for example, I mean, this question is being asked, is the item delivered to the store? No. So another logical question to ask is, okay, has the expected delivery date passed? So if today is a Wednesday, for example, right, and I'm asking this question if the item has been delivered to the store, and I'm also asking, is the expected delivery date passed? If it's a no, if the expected delivery day was a Thursday, right, then that means that, I mean, the expected delivery day has not passed, right? So we're still waiting for the item to be delivered to the store. So is the expected delivery date passed? No, right? Then I'm going to link it back to item delivered to the store because the expected delivery date has not passed, right? I hope you're following, right? So expected delivery date is supposed to be Thursday. Today is Wednesday. So the expected delivery date has not passed. So we still need to wait till tomorrow, for the item to be delivered to the store, right? So that's going to be a no. So for me to do that, I'm just going to, click another activity diagram, but I'm going to delete the box because I don't need it, right? And then I'm going to drag my arrow up here. So all of this can be a bit tricky. You just have to be able to, so you bring it back down here and then align it. Just basic drag and drop, basically. So I'm just going to do this again.
Please, can you go over the last part?
This very part, can you do it again?
Yeah, so over on this, select any shape you want because I just need the arrow. So I'm just going to click on that shape. I'm going to delete. I'm not sure about that. I'm just going to delete, sorry, that was my Alexa. I'm just going to delete the shape because I don't need the shape. I only need the arrow because I want to link it back to this question because we are still waiting for the item to be delivered. Right, so I have this arrow, right? So I'm just going to click on, all of these dots that you see, this circle, they are connection points, right? They're called connection points, right? So I can just click on the last one and drag it, or leave it the way it is and drag this, you see, click on it and drag this to this shape that I want to link it to, right? And because this is not what I want it to look like, I can click on the arrow again and look at the connection point. This last one that is connected there, drag it back to where I want it to be, which is here, right? And then I can align my shape again. So I can align my shape here, then make this, take this up a bit. Yeah.
Mine is not working.
You're just gonna take a few drag and drops. Okay, just gonna do it again. Click on the shape, cancel, take away the box, right? And then drag, or I think you can do it this way as well. Click on the last connection point and drag it up to this. Nope. This is where I want it to be, right? but I need this to come down, right? So I'm just going to move this down here. Then it's just going to take a few drag and drops for you to do that. So is expected delivery date passed? No. So we're still waiting for the item to be delivered to the store. Just going to check the chart. You can click directly when it turns green. Yeah. Is expected delivery date passed? No, we're still waiting for the item to be delivered to the store. Now, if the expected delivery date is passed, right? So that means today is Thursday, or probably today is Friday, and then we're asking this question, is item delivered to the store? No. Is expected delivery date passed? Yes. Expected delivery date is passed, right? So that means, I mean, we need to probably, trigger another process to find out what the issue is. Because the vendor had promised that the item will be delivered on Thursday. Today is Friday. What has happened? Maybe the vendor does not have, the item readily available, and they said they add it, or maybe there's issue with logistics or delivering it to the store. We basically need to trigger another process, to manage that, right? Who can tell us what the process, what the symbol is to signify that? I mentioned it as part of the process mapping symbols. Anyone? When we need to indicate a process within a process, what is it called? Anyone?
Sub-process.
A sub-process. Fantastic. So, so I want to select a sub-process. So I can just click on this arrow because it's not giving me that option when I over here. So click on the blue arrow itself, and then you find your sub-process option here. So I click on the sub-process. So is expected delivery date passed? Yes. Then we're going to say trigger delivery management system. So it's going to be delivery management process. So at this point, you probably are going to check, what the issue is. That's an entire process on its own, right? What's the issue? Why has it not been delivered? And the like. So we trigger that particular process at that point. Now, remember, we are back to this point. We're going back to this point where the item has been delivered to the store. So item delivered to the store, yes, send delivery notification email and text message to the customer. Now, after the customer gets the delivery notification email, the next thing is that the customer arrives at the store to pick up the item. Customer arrives at the store. And then when the customer arrives at the store, the next step is that customer joins the service line queue. Remember the process that we read. So customer joins service line queue. Right, so when the customer joins the service line queue, the next thing is that the customer provides tracking number and identity. Remember the case study that we looked at? Customer provides tracking number and identity. Right, so when the customer provides the tracking number and identity, according to the current process that we have, according to the assist, I'm just going to look at the chart quickly. Yeah, sub-process, thanks for that, Amen. So according to the current process that we have, when the customer provides the tracking number and the identity, the agent then checks if the tracking number matches, right? So for us to check that, we need to use a decision point, right? Does the tracking number match? So that's the question. So tracking number matches, because we want to make sure that this is just security to make sure that it's the actual customer that is picking up, they're picking up the right item and not a wrong item, right? So tracking number matches. If it's a no, if the tracking number does not match, then what are we going to do again? We're going to trigger the delivery management process, because that means there's a problem somewhere. Why is the tracking number, not matching what we have on our system? So if the customer is providing a tracking number that is different from what we can see on our system, then that means there's a problem, maybe some particular fraud, or maybe we sent the wrong.
I have a question.
All right, go ahead.
This flow chart is actually for the technical team, right?
No, this is the business. Is the business analyst that's going to build this flow chart, right?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But
So
they're building the technical team.
Yeah, you're building this for all your stakeholders, actually, not just the technical team, right? So that anybody that looks at this flowchart, at one glance, they can tell what the process is like and they can follow the process, right? So instead of you listing out, the list of activities I posted in the chat, right? Instead of you listing out that list of activity, it's not easy to be able to follow and tell, okay, after this is the next step, But when you're able to put it in a visual, remember, process mapping is, a technique used to map out activities in a visual step-by-step map way, right? So you're making it in a step-by-step map way. So someone, even a layperson, can follow through and say, okay, this is start, the customer does this, then they follow through the arrow, payment authorized, no, then the decline message is sent, that ends the process for that customer, payment authorized, yes. They can follow through this process, easily in a concise way, basically. Does that answer your question, Michelle?
Yes.
All right. So does the tracking number match? If it's a no, then we're basically going to trigger the delivery management process again because the tracking number, does not match. I'm just going to click on this arrow and try to align my arrow. So tracking number matches, no, trigger delivery management process. Now the next step, just want to try to reduce some of this. Can move this here a bit. Move this here. Yeah. So tracking number matches, trigger delivery management, no, trigger delivery management process. Tracking number matches, yes, but we also still need to check the identity of the customer, right? So tracking number matches, if the tracking number matches, the agent will proceed, to check the identity of the customer to make sure it's the correct customer that is picking up the item. Identity, ID matches, name on item. Right, so they're going to check, does the ID match the name on the item? If it's a no still, right, what are we going to do? We're going to trigger the delivery management process again because the ID does not match still. There's a problem somewhere and we need to be able to fix that problem, basically. So I'm just going to move this here. Yep. So, no. ID matches, no, trigger delivery management process. Does the ID match? So we've checked, remember, let's just follow through. Payment authorized, yes. Display success screen. Place item in the store delivery queue. Is the item delivered to the store? No. Is the expected delivery date passed? Yes. The expected delivery date has passed and the item has still not been delivered. Trigger delivery management process. Is the item delivered to the store? Yes. Send delivery notification email to and message to the customer. Customer arrives at the store. Customer joins the service line queue. Customer provides tracking number and identity. The agent will check, does the tracking number match? No. The trigger delivery management process. Does the tracking number match? Yes. Check the ID. Does the ID match? No. The trigger delivery management process. Does the ID match? If the ID matches, then of course, the customer can then pick up the item. Customer picks up the item because they've checked the tracking number and the ID and it all matches. Now this has ended the process for this customer and we can say this has ended the process basically. So we want to link this back to our terminal.
Just hold on a bit.
All right. So
Not
ID
this
matches.
side.
ID matches the item. You double click on the arrow again. Yes. The customer picks up the item and then you link your arrow back, your connection back to the end terminal. Remember, you need to end this process for this customer as well. So you link it back up to the end terminal for the customer. So this has ended the process. It's not giving me what I want. Select this. Up. Yep. And I can drag it out. Drag this out as well. right? So this basically is the assist process for the Jumia in-tech pickup option, in-store pickup option. This is the assist process that we build. If you've been able to follow up onto this point, let's just put at the point where customer, shouldn't we use a document symbol? No, it's just a decision point that we're trying to check, right? At that point, you're just trying to check the customer. It's not an input or an output per se. We're not submitting it. They're just showing the agent and the agent is checking, right? So if you've been able to follow up onto this point, can you just put a yes in the chat or a reaction? Let's know. Dami, oh, fantastic. Right. I think we should give it up for Dami. Okay, Timileyin, that's really good. For following up to this point. Amen. Yes, that's really good. I think that there should be more people that followed up. Sarah, Favor, Boo Boo. Okay, really good, really good.
Please take it down so that I'll see the last arrow. Yeah.
So this is customer picks the item. Customer picks up the item.
Okay.
Picks up.
Okay.
Item, right? So to give it a bit more aesthetic, you can decide to give your diagram some color. So for start, you could say, we're going to make it a green. I mean, because that's simplified start. For the activities, we could say we want to give it a yellow. For you to do that, for you to give all of these three, the same color, you can highlight them from outside. Just highlight them this way, right? It's going to select all three. Right, and then you can come to your color palettes and then give it the color that you want. I'm gonna give it orange. For that, for my decision points, I'm probably just gonna give it okay. So let me just give my activity yellow color, and then okay, I think that's selected, and then click on apply. And then for the decision, I'm probably going to give it amber to say, okay, this is a decision point. Amber, apply. This also is going to be a yellow. And we're probably going to use a red to say, okay, this is ending the process. Apply. For my activity, I'm just going to select this again and give it a yellow. Apply. Can select these two together, give it the same color. Apply. I can select, just to give it a bit more aesthetic and it can be easily followed. My decision points, I can give it, an amber as well to give it uniformity. For my remaining activity boxes, give it the same color that I've been given it, yellow. For the two decision boxes left here, I'll give it the same amber. For this is a yellow. For my delivery, for my sub process, I could just give it, a blue, right? And this basically is the assist process, So here, everyone, if you're looking at this, you can tell that, the yellow boxes, are the activities, the ones in amber are the decision points, red means end of the process, green is start of the process, and the like. So this basically is the assist process for the Jumia in-store pickup option. Now, what is going to we need to build the future state, right? What we want it to be, the solution that we're recommending, right? So what is that future state called? Anybody? What did we call it? To be, right? So for us to build it to be, right? The solution that comes to mind, that I just want to do is, at the point where the customer arrives at the store, right, probably just create a pickup area rather than the customer having to walk into the store. There'll be a pickup area outside, with the 2 meter. Remember, we're trying to ensure social distancing, to find a COVID safe way, for customers to pick up the item, right? So the solution that we've decided to work on or to implement within the shortest time possible that we have and within budget is, it's just going to, and I think that's what a couple of, all of these stores did, create a pickup area outside of the store so that people don't have to walk into the building itself, or a drive-up area, right? Remember, Then when I think it was common in the West during COVID, where you couldn't visit people, you find, or maybe people, your friends or families at birthdays, you'd find people drive past the person's house. I think some of this was shown on CNN. You know, you find people drive past people's houses, and you know, they'll be waving at them, you know, and all of that. So it's sort of that kind of solution is what we're going to do, right? So create a pickup area outside of the building where people can drive past or just wait, you know, and ensuring 2 meters social distancing. And then the agent would come out to them, right? And then check their ID, check the tracking number, and then the customer can wait in the designated area. The agent goes back into the store, bring out the item, and then gives the agent, you know, gives the customer the item, and the customer can leave. Right. For us to do that, it's just a few steps here that's going to change, because according to the problem, or according to senior management, say for example, they want us to implement this within 2 weeks, right? We can't start implementing a technical, you know, a long solution within 2 weeks. We need something, you know, quickly, right? And that's one of the problems you'll be faced as a business analyst, right? Sometimes you would have budget constraints, right? The business will tell you, okay, they don't have enough funds, but you still need to come up with a solution, you know, to solve the problem, right? Sometimes they'll give you a tight timeline or deadline. Say, okay, within 2 weeks, maybe NCDC or the regulatory body, the health bodies are on our neck. We need to implement this in 2 weeks, right? You need to find the quickest, you know, and still efficient possible way to solve the problem, right? So for us to do that, just a few steps that are going to be changing here. So we just duplicate this, right? So if you come to the assist here, right click on it, right? You would find open a new window, duplicate, delete, rename. So you can just click on duplicates, right? So come to the assist, right click on this assist where you renamed down here, right click on it and click on duplicate. So it's going to duplicate this on another page for you, right? And you can rename this your to be, just as we have been doing, right? So rename to be, right? So we're then going to build, then work on the activities that are changing, basically. So what we're saying is that at this point, the customer, second. So what we're saying is that at this point, the customer picks up, you know, the customer arrives at the store. Just trying to, yeah, customer drives up to the pickup area or walks up to the pickup area, right? So you're just gonna, so remember, all of this is still the same, right? The customer is just gonna authorize the customer's payment. You know, the problem actually starts where the customer arrives at the store, right? That's where the problem starts, basically. So the customer is gonna, instead of the customer joining the queue this time, right? The customer is just going to drive up or walk up to the pickup area, right? Which we have designated. Customer walks or drives up to the pickup area. And then the agent, the Jumia agent would come out, you know, to take the customer's tracking number. So Jumia agent takes customer's tracking number and ID. Then the other steps, you know, would still follow. Yeah, so customer then waits. Jumia agent takes customer ID and number, and then customer waits, you know, in the designated area. So for this, we're probably going to create a new, then customer waits in the designated area. And then the agent will still check, does the tracking number match? You know, yes or no. If it's a no, delivery management process, does the tracking number match? Yes. And the customer, you know, Jumia agent then gives the customer, Jumia agent then goes out to give the item to the customer, right? So basically just 4 activities are changing in this to be, right? So we can just, you know, signify those ones with a green, you know, color so that we know, you know, okay, that shouldn't be possible. Let's select. So just to differentiate it from the assist, right? So these are the new stuffs that are changing. Apply. apply. Right. So basically, this is the new process that we're going to be following. The customer would, when they come, walk up or drive up to the designated area that we have provided for them, the Jumia agent will come, at some point, collect the tracking number and the ID from the customer, and then the customer will have to go and wait or still wait at the designated area. The Jumia agent will check the tracking number, check the ID. If it matches, the Jumia agent will pick up the item from the store and go out to the designated area, and give, the item to the customer, and that ends the process, the to-be for that customer. So this is the to-be. If you've been able to follow to this point, right? Can you give a reaction in the chat? Let's know. Those of us that were okay, Amen, Dami, Lillian, Kelvin, Luatosin, Sarah. Okay, this is really good. I'm sure there are more people. I know Luakpo, Luasikomi. Bubu, you got lost. Yeah, if you wait to the end of the course, to the end of the class, you would get the recording so you can go over it again yourself. You just need to ensure that you wait to the end of the class. Sarah, Isiani, okay, fantastic, Ido. Okay, really good, well done, guys. So you can confidently say that today, you've been able to build a process map, yourself. You've been able to build the assist and the to-be process map for Jumia in-store pickup option. Remember, this is just one of the techniques, that you'll be using as a business analyst. There are several techniques. I'm just going to unshare this and go back to my slide. 1 second. There's several techniques. Remember, as part of the IABA definition for business analysis, you have different techniques that you would need, for you to be able to function as a business analyst. And that is what the business analyst training program, by Analytics is going to offer to you. Please let me know if you're able to see my new screen.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So remember this definition, you're enabling the change in an organization by defining the needs, recommending the solutions that deliver value to the stakeholders using a set of tasks and techniques. So there are several other techniques, that you need for you to be competent as a business analyst. And this is just what we've just done today, is just one of the techniques. And there are several other case studies that we'll be looking at, if you indeed join the actual training program. This is what we just built today, right? So the business analyst track, just a quick overview, it's 100% online learning. It's hands-on practical with sessions with videos, exercises, and projects, just as we have done today, and that is, I think that's what stands us out, because you get to do all of these things yourself, and then we take our time to make sure you get it. And of course, the recordings will be provided. You have lifetime access to materials and experts. If you do, decide to join us on this course. 20 classes and 50 plus topics. Average salary of business analyst per annum, this is 8 million naira per annum. I think it would have increased by now. I'm very sure, but yeah, that's like the average in Nigeria, right? And depending on companies, some companies will pay you more than that. Telecoms company will pay you more than this per annum, definitely. All companies. And as a business analyst, you can work in any industry, right? You can work in the oil sector, you can work in the health sector, you can work in telecoms, right? It's just that you will be functioning in the IT department. You will be in the technology department, working as a business analyst, interfacing between the business teams and the development teams. You'll have projects that you work on that you can add to your portfolio. 100% job prospect, visibility, industry relevant certification. You'd have 2 months training plus 1 month virtual internship. I think Nene will talk more on that in due course. So how do you become a business analyst, right? So the first thing we'll take you is to learn Excel, Power BI, and SQL for business analytics. Now you'll be wondering that why are we taking you on Excel, Power BI, and SQL for business analytics? We are doing this because, we found out that even though, a lot of companies, even though the core of business analysis is not about Power BI, for visualization and SQL, some companies are now requesting or asking that business analysts have, basic skills in Excel, in building visualizations using Power BI, and querying basic data from databases, right? And we're going to be putting you through this, I think, in the first 3 to 4 weeks, that's what you're going to be learning. And I think it's a value add for you, because ordinarily there's a separate course, there's a separate data analytics course, right? That Analytics provides, which is a separate course that you have to offer, but we are incorporating some part of that course into the business analyst training, so that you are well equipped, right? You are equipped on both ends, because we've seen that in many job vacancies these days. I was looking at Amazon the other day. They were asking that even though you're doing the normal things as a business analyst, they want you to be able to build visualizations in Power BI and all of those things. I want you to be fully ready and equipped to be able to take on such opportunities when you find them. And that's why we are taking you through this Excel, Power BI, and SQL course, right? So the first 4 weeks, they're about the first 2 weeks, I think. You'll be doing the Power BI and SQL classes, and then we'll take you through the main business analysis modules: software development lifecycle, requirements, fundamentals, elicitation, business analytics toolkit. We're talking about Agile and Jira, Agile and Scrum for projects, stakeholder analysis and engagement. And then voila, you become a business analyst, right? So this just gives a bit more explanation on the topics, right? Excel and Power BI for data analytics, project initiation planning, software development lifecycle, requirements elicitation, leveraging Agile and Scrum for projects. We're talking about Jira, business analysis toolkits, stakeholder analysis, setting up performance measures. This is sort of like the curriculum as well. It's quite comprehensive, right? The curriculum is really comprehensive. It captures all that you will need, to be equipped as a business analyst, right? So there are diverse profiles within the business analyst realm, right? You have business analysts, you have those that they call IT business analysts, you have some they call them process analysts, some enterprise analysts. They are basically doing the role or the job of a business analyst, right? It's just the nomenclature that differs from company to company, right? You have functional analysts, you have business architects, you have systems analysts, you have requirements engineer. Sometimes when people see engineer, they feel like, oh, this is an engineering role. No, it's just basically business analysis. You're just engineering requirements. You're eliciting requirements, basically. Right. I think this is where I'm going to stop, and I'm going to hand over to Nene to take it from here. Nene, are you on the call? Hi, Nene. Yeah, I think she is.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
sorry,
you.
Apologies, I just had to connect my microphone. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Oluwashio. Right, so you guys can see why I said Oluwashio is a fantastic person. Like, he is super knowledgeable. He is one of the best. Thank you very much, Sean. Sean is still going to be around to answer a couple of questions that we might have after I give more explanation into the business analysis curriculum. Right. Please let's give a thumbs up or a smiling emoji or a clap. Let's appreciate Sean. Okay, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. So I'll be sharing my screen now just to give more updates on the business analysis program. Okay. Please let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, fantastic. So yes, just like we have learned today, right? It's 100% online. We believe that you don't need to spend transport money, you don't need to fly from one place to another to get quality training, to get quality skills, right? It's 100% online, exactly like we had it today. Right, we have hands-on practical sessions. So with each class, with each aspect of the program, you have projects you're working on. We believe in experiential learning in analytics because we understand that it is not I have learned that get to the job, but I have done and I can do. So we help you to build that I have done and I can do throughout your program, not just at the end, throughout your program. Also, we offer lifetime access to materials and experts. We have an online classroom where you have recordings of every class, you have materials, you have assignments. It's literally for life, and you have it there. So all assignments will be submitted there, all materials will be sent there, as well as all class recordings. So you can have the recordings there forever. So whenever you need to refer back to it, you have it. Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. Yes, so 20 classes, 50 topics. So just like Sean said, you have you have the data and the data analytics aspect. So we have like a refresher course which gives you good understanding of the data analytics part, because you see that as much as you see this will say business analysis, right? Business analyst role, they still want you to have some understanding of some analytical tools. So we said we don't, even though these are not core tools used by business analysts, we want you to still have it. And we'll still talk about the part of the curriculum. But we also said that business analyst roles are very lucrative, right? It's easy to learn, easy to transition, and the money is sweet, because I know everything is about the money. Everything is about the money, right? And we looked at the just looking at the average business analyst salary in the UK, this is 43,000, and in Canada, and just looking at it, and you can also check this. This was searched on Indeed, so you can check it on Indeed yourself, right? We ensure that at the end of your program, you have projects at your portfolio, so that when you go for interviews, right, or when you're submitting your CV for job application, you can put the projects you have worked in, because like I said, it's not have learned, but I have done and I can do. That's what's going to get you the job, right? We also offer 100% job prospect visibility, which I'm going to talk about in the next couple of slides, where we'll help rebrand you to be that designated business analyst. Right? We also offer the Master Business Analyst certification, which is accepted across the world. We have got the certificate has gotten people jobs in Canada, got people jobs in the US, got people jobs in Nigeria, got people jobs in the UK, got people jobs in South Africa, literally got people jobs across the globe, right? So it is industry relevant, right? And it's for a period of 2 months with 1 month growth internship, which I'll talk about very soon. Actually, things about. So this, I think, Sean has given more insights about this. I don't think I need to go through it again. So just I'll just high level talking about the data analytics aspects. Then we'll go to software development life cycles, right? Requirements, fundamentals, elicitation, analysis, specification, approval. Like I said, Sean has spoken about this: business analyst toolkit, stakeholder analysis and engagement, and at the end of the day, he becomes the master business analyst. Just before I go on, for those of us who couldn't fill the form earlier, right, please, the form has been updated. Fill the form. We are going to get recordings to today's session, as well as the materials and everything, so you can get. So please ensure that you fill the form. It is imperative for you to fill the form. Right. Okay, fantastic. So now the way we have designed this curriculum is for people with little or no business analysis experience, and people with some level of experience, right? So you're experienced, fantastic. If you don't have any experience, there is no problem. Because sometimes when we say we're experienced, we know this, right? At the end of the day, the time you come to class, you said you know it up to a particular level. You come to class, we start from the level that you say you think you know it, and you're like, oh wait, hold on, I'm lost. Can you please go back to beginner level? So we don't do that. We start from the basics, we start from the scratch, and we keep everybody engaged, keep everybody in tune, right? And for the business analyst program, we have 2 timelines. We have morning class and we have evening class, right? We have morning class, which is 11 a.m. West African time, while the evening class is 4 p.m. West African time. The evening class is most likely taken by people that are in Canada and the US, people that are who work on Saturdays, right? So you work on Saturdays and you won't need to attend the morning class. So people like that take hold of the evening class. So that's 11 a.m. West African time to 2 p.m. West African time on Saturday. That's morning class. Evening class is 4 p.m. West African time to 7 p.m. West African time. And on Sunday is 2 p.m. West African time to 5 p.m. West African time, morning class. Then evening class is 7 p.m. West African time to 10 p.m. West African time. Please note, you can only choose one. You can't attend. You can't say you can't say we should put you in the 2 morning class and evening class, except you want to pay twice, but that is it. So you have to choose the class that you are interested in, right? So this is the curriculum for you to get a deeper understanding of what you'll be having in your business analysis, right? This is just some of the projects you work on. People have, you can have a look at it when we share the slides with you. These are projects that that our participants have worked on in the past, for their class project, for their capstone project, for their internship project, different projects. So these are the kind of things you would work on when you join the program. So you can have a look at it when we finish, when we share this with you, right? You can see so much to learn, so much to equip you. Now, apart from this, apart from learning, we understand that teaching you the skills is not just enough. We have to revamp you, we have to repackage you to be that go-to business analyst that companies want to hire, right? And we have specially curated recruitment hack sessions. The first is CV review sessions. And I'm sure this is something that Sean can attest to. You don't use one CV to apply for 2 jobs, even though they're the same title, right? You don't, because what one recruiter is looking for is not what the other recruiter is looking for. So what we do in analytics is to teach you how to revamp your CV, because if we say, give me your CV, let me work on it and send it to you, you will be limited in the kind of jobs you can apply to. So we teach you how to revamp your CV, right? They also do LinkedIn optimization sessions. For LinkedIn optimization sessions, we help you to have a visible online profile, because most times recruiters, they don't just limit themselves to people who submit applications. They go online, go on LinkedIn and headhunt for suitable candidates. We teach you about revamping your shape and showcasing yourself as a go-to business analyst. We provide recommendation letters and reference letters. Now, this is something that has been very, very useful especially for those of us who are looking for jobs out of Africa. Like, this is something that is very, very useful for most of us, most of the business analysts who have gotten jobs let me not say all, but let me say at most who have gotten jobs in the UK, in Canada, in US, right? They've requested recommendation letters, reference letters from Analytics, right? I'm forgetting that we have different, sorry, I saw something in the chat room. I'll talk about that later. Yes, so we provide the recommendation letters, and this has helped people get the jobs or secure their jobs, because after you've showcased your skills, they also want someone to be able to vouch for you. And so now let's say we've trained you, you've done great internship, we've done all of this with us, we are here to vouch for you, and we will vouch for you, and everybody will vouch for has gotten the job, so don't fret. Now we also provide how to navigate the job market, how to navigate the job market to get sponsored jobs. We have this regular, right? We also have job and interview preparation. So we say, even though we've trained you, you've done job interview preparation, you've done mentorship session, we'll talk about that very soon. You've done these things. When you apply for jobs, we encourage you to apply for jobs and all. When you apply for jobs and you get called for interviews, don't just go for interviews. Come back to us, schedule an interview preparation session with us, and let us help you, because our goal is for you to get that job. Right? It is part of the package. These are value-added services that you don't pay for. It's not like you pay for interview preparation. No, it is part of the program. So why not make use of Analytics, right? We want you to get jobs. We've had people who have had multiple job offers, people who have had 2 job offers, people who have had 3 job offers in the space of 1 month, in the space of 2 months, right? So these are the things that we are very, very proud about. Now back to the mentorship and career progression session. Sometimes you just need someone to encourage you, just need someone to guide you, right? So Analytics has we have our dedicated, I think this is Thursday, we have our dedicated mentorship and career progression sessions, which are tailored towards helping you, which are tailored towards helping you or encouraging you to apply for the job. You ask questions, what are the questions bothering you, what are the issues you face, you just come to and talk to Analytics, or we talk to you, we have an interaction with you just to encourage you to get that job. Because like we said, career progression is very important for us. We want you to climb whatever career ladder you are interested in. Sean has spoken on this. We also provide freelancer optimization session for those of us who say, Sean, Analytics, I do not plan to leave Nigeria, but I don't plan to leave Nigeria, I don't plan to leave Ghana, I don't plan to leave South Africa. However, I want to earn Forex, I want to earn foreign currency. How do I do it? We have freelance optimization session. So whatever your career ladder may be, Analytics we keep improving ourselves, right? We keep adding value to our adding value propositions, right? So this is one of our value add where we provide you with freelance optimization session, so you can earn your dollars, earn your pounds, and spend in local currency, right? Now, just to add, we understand that it's not about learning alone. Like I said, it's about I have done and I can do. And sometimes the 3 months, I think it's about 2.5 months training program is not enough. Let's be honest, right? It's not enough. And we want you to advance your career. So what we have done is say, After you're done with your program, you're done, collect your certificate. If you're interested, indicate interest in the growth internship. Now, the growth internship is a 1 month, growth is a 1 month session program whereby you have real life case studies that you work on. Now, these real life case studies that you work on are the case studies that you can talk about during interviews, that you can talk about on your CV, right? These are things that will help them to know you're not just learning, but you're actually doing and you have done it, right? So, and you have a dedicated expert that will help you, that will guide you through this, right? And at the end of the day, I think you have, each week you have a real life case study. And at the end of the growth internship, you have about 4 then plus 2 from your program. You have about at least 6 real life projects that you have done. All right, so this is just the roadmap. So like we said, we have 2 classes. We have morning class and we have evening class, right? We have morning class and we have evening class. All right. So you can choose or indicate whichever one you are interested in. So when you pay a register and you fill the form, the moment you click business analysis, you'll be able to indicate whether you're interested in the morning session or the evening session. Now, just a brief overview of what we've done in 2022. I'm just going to rush this. This was last year. I've never taken into account all the things we've done this year. So this was just last year. So we'll help people who have never been in the tech space. We help them transition from the classroom to getting tech jobs across UK, US, Canada, Europe, as well as the Middle East, right? And we are very proud of it. So we had 300, and these are just the people that came to reach out to us, right? To say, oh, thank you, we've gotten a job. And no, this is life. Sometimes people get jobs and they don't get back to you. It's when something happens in the future or something, you just maybe come across their profile, or maybe they are talking about themselves and they mention tonight, oh, you got a job, you didn't tell us you got a job, fantastic, congratulations. Well done, right? But these are the people who came to meet us, say, oh, Analytics, thank you, we got jobs last year. So we are so excited. We are looking forward to the Ember month when we do a stock count of all the people who have gotten jobs this year, and we are excited, right? We've been featured on dailies about our initiatives to help Africans get jobs, right? We also foster an analytics community. We offer hackathons, right? Just to build individuals, their interests, right, in data analytics business and in the tech space, essentially, right? Yeah, so you can see that. So now the next cohort is next week Saturday, which is, I think that's this week Saturday actually, right? Which is the 5th of August. Now the question is, how much is all of this? The price for this is £400 or 322,000 naira. Sorry, can you hear me? Someone says they can't hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. B1, that maybe you want to quickly log out and log back in.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So the price for the program is £400 and or 320,000. However, we offer a discount, which we are currently offering a discount which takes the price from £400 to £300 and from 320,000 naira to 270,000 naira. So if you want it, this is the price in USD and this is the price in Canadian dollars. Now, if you want, we understand that you might not have the money immediately to pay at once. So we have introduced it in 2 installments. So you can pay now the first installment, which is £200, 300 USD, 350 Canadian dollars, or 180,000 naira for the first installment. And the second installment is £100, 90,000 naira, 100 USD, 150 US Canadian dollars. That will be at the end of the first month. So the second payment at the end of the next month. So you start, that will be, I think, at the end of August or early September. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, so this is the account details. So we have UK account details, we have Nigeria account details. However, Ubong, please paste the link. So you can just click the link. There's a link that we have that gives you access to all bank details, as well as the registration form. So the form to fill when you make payments. It's important for you to fill this form. We also have Paystack and PayPal links. It's important for you to fill this form. That is this Mainstack, Meet, and Enroll Analytics. It's important for you to fill this form because if you make payment and you don't let us know that you've made payment, we can't register you. So if you click on this link, you get access to all bank details, our PayPal link, our Paystack link, as well as the form to register. So please ensure you register on this form. We also have WhatsApp numbers. These are Tenalytics WhatsApp numbers, so you can take a screenshot and message them later for more information. All right. For more information, that's our Nigerian WhatsApp and our UK WhatsApp. These are WhatsApp numbers only. We have a few of our participants around who would like to just talk about their experience with Tenalytics. Koinsola Agbola, you around? Koinsola Agbola, you around?
Let's move to Naomi.
Okay, hi Naomi. Naomi, are you around?
I'm here.
Okay, hi Naomi. Is it possible for you to turn on your video?
Oh wow. Okay.
It's not possible, there's no problem. But it would just be nice for us to see your face.
Oh, okay. Let me come. Video. I don't know.
Okay.
Please, can you see my face?
Just give me a second. Yes, I can.
I'm joining.
I'm spotlighting you.
Are you?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening. Okay, just please introduce yourself. Tell us what cohort you are in, and just talk about your experience.
Okay, good evening all. Good evening, Tenalytics. Thank you for organizing this master class session. My name is Naomi Uzoka, and I'm happy to be on board to share my learning experience as a BA with Analytics. Sincerely, I'm so excited because when I heard about this program, I was a bit overwhelmed because I never had any experience in the business analysis world. So when I got this information, I was like, is it something I could actually tap into? And then I was encouraged because they were like, I had to ask this question 3 times. Like, he said, no, you don't need any experience. And as a teacher, I just felt, wow, okay, let me give it a try and see what it looks like. And then I tapped into the program in March. I'm also a March cohort. So I've been able to learn a lot of things like working with Excel, trying to create dashboards. Sincerely, I never even had much experience with Excel. So when we started this course, I came up and I was like, how would I get through this since I couldn't use the Excel? So when I even tried to go outside to learn Excel, I just realized that Analytics had taught me a lot more than I could even imagine. The person teaching me was trying to analyze, no, I'm already conversant with these words. So I learned a lot of techniques with Excel, and then I've been able to build myself to create my own dashboard. Sorry, I'm not using my system. I would have been able to share what I've done, the dashboards I've made. I've learned Power BI, so I'm very excited to have learned these technicalities. Right, I am I today. We run a family business, and with this, I'm excited to say that yes, even in the family business, I've been able to guide some of the workers and pick up this little information and techniques I've gotten, and then to put it and apply it to the business. So we've done a lot. I'm working with the workers in the boutique, and every day from stock taking to trying to create business cases, and then trying to critically apply some of the things I have learned to solve the business problems we have in our company today. And also, we have also been able to join in, just like you said, I've been able to join the internship classes, and they are quite educative because there's no way you join the internship class and you say, oh, I don't want to go back and do this. I encourage you all to always go back, read up, go back, listen to the videos again and again. And I know you'll never miss it. It's an interesting opportunity. And though I'm still trying to apply to other organizations, but I'm actually not discouraged. It's a nice one. And thank you to Tenalytics. I believe I will do more in this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Naomi. It's been a pleasure having you. Thank you so much. Wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Olu Damilola Oladejo, are you with us?
Yes, good evening, I'm here.
Okay, fantastic. Can you please turn on your video so I can spotlight you?
Okay. Wow. Okay, is rolling? Okay, can you see me?
Yes, I can. Fantastic.
Okay, fine. Okay. Yes, good evening, everybody. My name is Oludamila Oladejo, as you can see on the screen. I joined Tenalytics in July. The course started last month. So I'm just 5 weeks old in Tenalytics. Yes, so far so good. It has been wonderful. Yes, I was excited when I was called this. I wasn't so sure when I was called this morning. I was like, was it a mistake? Was it real? Because I'm just 5 weeks old. Well, will they say I should come and share my experience? Well, I have a lot to share, yes. I was also told to share my dashboard because in the course of the class, we were taught how to develop dashboard. I wanted to say something before I go ahead. Everything that I have told you is not a sugar coating. No, I'm just a very meticulous person. I'm an economics. For every one error I give out to you, I must get a value. So I've tried to engage Tenalytics like 5 times on different lines. I have different lines because I wanted to be sure. I wanted to be sure, like, can they do it? It's not just sugar. No. And I remember there was a time I enrolled in a class for business analysis. I want to tell you, we didn't finish the class. The students, we did not finish the class. By the time we got to the 4th class, everything was so complex, everything was so difficult, everything was so hard to comprehend. So I was not in a fear that, hope it will not be the same thing with Analytics, because I got to know about them on Instagram, on Olu of Canada's live. So I was like, we have a lot of them out there. We don't know how genuine these people are. Like the first person spoke, I don't like Excel. I don't like it because I feel it's too complex, you know. Once you miss a particular cell, everything will just scatter. So I don't like working with Excel. The only thing I do on Excel is basic. Maybe I want to create a table and that's all. So when we were told that we're going to have data analytics and Excel was part of the class, and we're told that you don't have to have an experience and they're going to hold you by hand. I was asking myself, how is that possible factually? It's not physical. So how do you want to hold my hand? How do you want to tell me I'm going to work on Excel when factually on my laptop is not possible? I want to tell you that it is real. I remember we had 3 classes in data analysis. Victor 18 took us. We had a class in Microsoft Excel, Power Business Intelligence, that's Power BI, and structured query language. We were taken by hand. I remember the first class, my laptop is so slow. So during the class, I could not do anything. I was destabilized at the point, but I decided to listen. So at the end of the day after the class, I went back and believe you me, I was able to work on my dashboard. I did not do my dashboard in the class when everybody was doing it because my laptop was hanging. It was after the class that I had to go back and work on my own dashboard. I didn't do a part of my introduction that I missed. I just moved from Nigeria to Canada. And my background has always been banking. I have 15.5 years experience in banking. So business analysis is like, oh, that's the real thing on ground, you know, the curiosity there and the willingness to add value to myself so that I'll be marketable. Because everybody's going to tech and the environment where I am, I want to be relevant, I want to key into the market segment there. So that's why I opted for business analysis. And based on my background in banking, customer service, I'm a problem solver already. So I think business analysis will fit into what I wanted to do. So now going back to my experience in data analytics. So we were taught, we were edged in our hands, like they said, because the class was practical. Initially, one thing I want to, my learning, my feedback so far so good. I'm 5 weeks old in analytics, like I've said. And I want to comment about the class size. The class size is superb, very superb. Because that one of the fear was nothing. It was not too large. The lecturer was able to to take us by hand. If we have problem, we call Victor back. Say, Victor, we don't understand what you are doing. We tell Victor, my system is hanging. You say share now. We will share. Except you are quiet. If you are not quiet, if you tell him, I don't understand this, he will go back. He will now say, yeah, share your screen. We share our screen. We start doing it. We start inputting it. Minus that. The bonus that Analyst is now giving also is that watch me do it video, because there are two different. The lecturer that taught you in class is different. The lecturer that did that watch me do it video is different, and the techniques are different. Me looking at the watch me do it video, you can do a lot of things. Because I remember when I was working on my Power BI, I used the watch me do it video to do it. I was following the steps, and also there are some things that the methods were a bit different. There were things that the other lecturer will teach you, the other facilitator will also tell you another. So we have alternatives to doing things. There are some challenges I will have. I'll go to my class, I'll get the answer. If I don't get the answer in my class recordings, I'll go to watch me do it video. I'll be able to get my class. Now from my Excel, I want to see my dashboard, the one we did on Excel. I remember the first time we were told, I'm trying to share my screen here. I want to share my, sorry. Can you see my dashboard? Sorry, can you see my dashboard?
It's loading.
Okay, it's loading. Okay, yes. I would have loved to show my dashboard on Power BI too, but my system is slow. Can you see my dashboard?
Yes.
You said?
You
can see it.
Your dashboard is showing, yes.
Fine. This dashboard was created on Excel. This is me. I told you I don't like Excel. I created this. Nobody created it with me. My system was malfunctioning the day we did it. It was after the class I had to sit down. I had to go back to the recording, and I had to do all this that you saw. So I didn't do it while they did in class. Now you can see this dashboard, as beautiful as it is. When we were told that we're going to do it, I was like, will I be able to do this? And I said, yes, I did this. Now, from what we were taught, as a business analyst, it is imperative that you have an idea, at least about data analysis. Yes, you want to profess solution, you want to identify the problem of an organization, you want to profess solution. Then you want to profess solution. There are some tools that you need to have an idea, fundamental idea. It will not be complex or comprehensive idea, but basic idea. And that's where this knowledge of technical knowledge about data analysis comes to play. That's where your knowledge of Power Excel, your Microsoft Excel, Power BI, SQL comes into play. But when you're working with data analysts, those who are into core data analysis, they don't bamboozle you. When they bring the dashboard, even if there are like, oh, why did you use bar chart? Why are you not using pie chart? You can make an input, or if professional finds oneself, this is where I'm preparing myself. I may find myself in an organization whereby they won't even collapse data analysis like a bit of this into my job. Yes, I'm ready to do my dashboard myself. I'm ready to do my presentation myself. I'm not waiting on any data analyst to do that for myself. I'm able to do this myself. I'm able to explore data. When I get my data, I'm ready to import it to Excel. From Excel, I'm able to do this. Like this is done on Excel. No big deal about it. It's done on Excel. That's the way we came about it. All these beautiful things we're doing here, we did it using pivot table. Most of us don't have the same pivot table on our Excel, but we don't know how functional it is. And we did this from using pivot table. All these statistical tools, my column charts, donut charts, donut pie, my trend line, all this were done using pivot table. And even as a layman, you don't have to be a pro. From this dashboard, you can get a lot of messages from this dashboard. You can see total respondent. A survey was passed. It was about an organization, a traveling organization, who was having problem. They were not making profit. So they wanted to know, why are we not making profit? So they did a survey for their customers to get feedback. And from there, we'll be able to find the problem, their solution will be preferred. So from the dashboard, you can see total respondents. That's the number of customers that feed the software at that particular time. You can see the number that are female, number that are male. Then when you go down, you can see preferred destinations. Okay, number of customers that opted for Paris, those that opted for Maldives, Maryland, and the likes. From each of the heading of this sub tables, you can see the activity that we're trying to define here. So even as a layman, you can say, oh, fine, this survey wants of the total female. Even without me as a business analyst trying to tell you what I'm trying to do here, as a layman, you understand what I'm trying to do. And the importance of dashboard for you as a business analyst is that, you know, as a business analyst, one of the soft tools you need to have is communication. You need to tell story. You must be ready to tell story. And when you want to tell your story, you don't want to make your audience to be broad. You want them to key into what you are saying. Because you'll be meeting with a lot of people. That's what we're told. You'll be meeting with MDs. You'll be meeting with all these people. And they don't like, if you want to tell your story in a way that it is compelling, that they understand you at a glance. And that's why this Power Dashboard is a veritable tool, because it's you can see everything is visualized. You can see it comes in picture, in graphs, and it sticks more. So even when I'm trying to communicate what I found from that survey, me looking at this, my audience, they're able to understand it is friendly and it's able to stick to their memory faster. That about Excel. We can also do this dashboard using Power BI. It's another technical tools. We can do that. My system is slow. I would have shared the one I did on Power BI too. I'm just 5 weeks on internal analytics. Now we did 3 weeks in data analysis. We did Microsoft Excel, dashboard on Microsoft Excel. We created dashboard on Power BI. We're taught how to write query language using SQL. That's structured query language. How to, you know, this is related to like this MS-DOS, something like that. That's how SQL looks like. How we're able to write a query. Then how you can leverage on ChatGPT if you get stuck to get information to bail yourself out when there are problems. And so far so good. We've now moved into business analysis proper. Show is our facilitator, and it has been wonderful so far so good. We've had 2 weeks lecture in business analysis. Like like they brought it up today. Everything you saw on the curriculum is the way they are following it. Yes, I'm just 5 weeks in the class, and I can tell you, yes, before I wasn't keen about I'm not started looking for work in business analysis at all. I'm still like, oh, I'm a banker. Let me try and see if I get something doing back in this environment. But I'm telling you that as I yesterday, I've started writing my CV for business analysis, because I think that, oh, it's like this thing is like, it's making a lot of sense. And it's like, oh, I won't have to even, my time will be there for me. Because so far so good. I remember the last class we did, we learned about how to build a business case. We're given a task to work on. And under the business case, we're taught like, oh, as a business analyst, you're an organization, there's a problem that you've identified, or the business team they have identified. And okay, fine, you have a solution. How do you present your solution? That's what business case is all about. Yes, there's a problem, there's a solution. How do you present your solution? That's what business case is about. So how do you write it? How do you table it? There are different entities, there are templates you need to follow. How you build a summary, the risk, the implementation stage, the workflow. All this we were taught. That's what business case is all about. Also,
see me smiling. Sorry to see me smiling when you hear your student giving examples. You know that it's actually its own. Really good. Well done, Damilola.
Thank you. So we were taught how to do this business case. I want to tell you that for my own group, I took it like, oh, damn, I'm even working as a BBA already, because I put in my best into it, and at the end of the day, we did our presentation. It was fantastic, and all the big grammar we used to hear before. You know that sometimes when I see the job, I'll say, "Hey, what is this?" You see, RAC, Kilele. You know, you run away. I want to tell you, I'm not running away from any race, because I know what race is all about. You can't scare me with an acronym, because we are being taught. You understand? And the last class we had was yesterday. We learned about software development life cycle. We were taught about the 7 stages. You know, in fact, I'm just saying, God, let me just get interviewed now. Let me just just go and come and tell them I'm just 5 weeks, so 3 weeks in data analysis, 2 weeks in business analysis. You've not finished though. And I believe that, yes, it is going to be rewarding. It is, I can recommend it. They are not paying me for this, so why should I patronize? Why should I put the service? But if indeed you have interest in business analysis and you want to create a career there, and you're looking for a place to get that knowledge, I'm recommending business analysis for you. The class size is okay. The facilitators, they are subject matter experts. They have understanding of what they're teaching you. It's not theoretical. They're not reading storybook to your hearing. You understand? They are teaching you, they are citing example, they are telling you to go and do your own. You are racking your brain. You are doing your own work. So far so good. It has been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Damilola. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for having us today. Okay, fantastic. Let me share my screen. I just want to guide us through one or two things before I continue sharing. Before I continue talking about the slides, please confirm if you can see my screen. So what I have done, please confirm if you can see my screen. Hello?
We can see your screen. I can see your
fantastic.
screen.
Thank you very much. So what I did is I clicked on this main stack me enroll Analytics. I just want to show you how it looks like so you can navigate it yourself, right? So when you click on it, you get is the Analytics enrollment. It shows Analytics enrollment details, right? Get access to all program brochures. So if you are interested in more in seeing the business analysis brochure or any other program brochure, you can click here. Now, after then if you scroll down, you'll see the bank details. So if you want to make payment or pay stack for full or first payment or balance payment is here, right? The non-Naira card payments, we have PayPal here, full payment, part payment, and balance payment here. Then we have that's Canadian, I think that's Canadian PayPal. Okay, this is GBP PayPal for data analytics and data. You see that, yeah? That's data engineering. Then we have Canadian CAD. Then we have direct transfer. Direct transfer is only applicable for UK account details and Nigerian account details. Now, when you have made payments, it is important for you to upload. Please do not upload here. If you upload here, your payment might not be confirmed as fast as here because this is for balance payments, right? And you are not registered for balance payments. You are registered for first time. So you are enrolling. So this is where you enroll, right? This is where you enroll. So I just wanted to walk you through that so that you can understand that. Okay, so are we good? Did we get that? You can just give me a thumbs up if we got that. Okay, I want to believe we got that. Okay, just moving on.
Hi.
Okay,
Hello.
fantastic. Yes.
For some my name is Akim.
Okay, hi Akim.
I'm fine. So for someone like me, I want to enroll into data analytics instead of business analytics. So I got a link from my friend to join this section so that I can know much about the analytics. So that's why I'm at this section right now.
Okay, today is actually our last master class, right?
Okay.
Today is actually our last master class. We can go on Analytics YouTube and you will see the big data analytics master class.
Okay.
As well, you can also click the link that I just showed and you will see the brochure so you can get more information, right?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, fantastic. If you have questions, just raise up your hands. I'm almost done. Let me just go through other testimonials and other things, and I will take all your questions. Sharon is also around to take your questions. Okay, so we have Benga who joined us. He joined us from Poland, and he got 4 offers. He got an offer, then he got additional 3 more offers. So this is what I'm saying. You can get you see people getting multiple job offers, and that's why we say, don't say, oh, I've gotten an interview invitation. Let me go. Let me just try my best. No, that try that you say you want to try, you can actually get that job. I say, send a message to us. Tell us you want to register for an interview preparation session. We have a steady link. Click and book your slot. The only thing I tell people is don't wait till last minute. If you get notified about an interview, go and click the link immediately, so that you can be able to fix a slot. Because if you message us today and it is tomorrow and people have booked the slot for today, there's nothing that can be done, right? Across different interview preparators, right? So he got a job as a business data analyst in Poland after the program, right? We also have Olubemi who got a job as a business data analyst at Low Depot in Canada. We have Rafiat, who got a job as a business analyst with Post Office UK after the business analyst program, right? We have Uthman, who got a job in the NHS as a business intelligence officer. We have Emeka, who got a job at Western Union as a digital analyst, right? We also have testimonials from other participants. When you get this link, you can click on it and watch it. So it's not like Analytics is speaking a lot. So you hear from other people, right? We have different testimonials attached to this. We have different people who have also shared their perspectives, shared their views, and you can watch their testimonials from this page. You can just click on it and you watch it, right? You can also check us on LinkedIn, just hashtag Analytics, and you see our participants who are talking about their journey with us, about their tech journey, right? So different things, right? We're talking about the projects that people have created. So Joseph's work, we're developing an online ordering system. Well, this was Coincident developing a dashboard, right? Oladimeji, excuse me, his dashboard, Kende's dashboard, Deborah dashboard. And the beautiful thing about our virtual learning program is that you get people that work from different walks of life. They are from different parts of the globe. People that are working in Nigeria, people that are working in South Africa, people that are working in the US, people that are working in the UK, people that are working in Kenya, right? Or people that are interested in working there also. You have different facilitators, just like Sean, who is power packed, right? We have different facilitators. We have Adeza, who is the founder of Analytics. We have Linda, right, who is an experienced business analyst. We have Sean also, right, he gave more explanation about his details, but product reliability engineer at Visa, right? We have Nina, we have Olabisi, we have Francis, we have Victor. So Victor is the person that will be taking you on your data analytics, the data analytics aspect. That's the first 3 weeks, right? So we have different people who will be taking you. So all of our facilitators are knowledgeable. They are the best of the best. They have been doing this for over 5, 6 years, 7 years, some people up to 10 years. So this is what they do on a day-to-day. This is their bread and butter, and they are dedicating their time to come and encourage you to come into this pathway, right, and join them as master business analysts. So like we said, the program starts on Saturday, 5th of August, and registration ends, I believe, registration ends on the 3rd of August because onboarding is on Friday, 4th of August. So you need to ensure that your payment has been confirmed and your welcome kit has been sent so you can get access to the WhatsApp group chat as well as the Google Classroom, right? So if you have questions, please raise up your hand.
Oh, sorry, one more thing.
Okay, who is that?
Akim.
Okay, yeah, so Akim, if you want to talk, it's better for you to raise up your hand so you don't cut me.
Okay, sorry for that.
No problem. So yeah, no problem. So I'll get you.
Okay,
yeah.
The data analytics and the business analytics. So is it both that they are starting together on Saturday or?
Yes, all our programs start on the same day.
Okay, on the same day.
So all our programs, Analytics has 7 programs. We have the data analytics, we have data science, we have data engineering, we have business analysis, we have financial analytics, we have HR analytics, and we have power platform engineering, right? So if you click on this link here, this means that can enroll me, just like I clicked that time. Right. Okay. Click it, and you will see the brochure. So get access to all program brochures. You see the brochure, you can click on it and read it up and see the difference between all of them. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. So please, if you have questions, please raise up your hand. I know someone raised up a hand a second ago. I was about calling you, right? If you have questions, please raise up your hand. Are we good to go? Any question for me? Any question for Sean? The program starts on Saturday, 5th of August, right? Modupe, do you have a question? You're muted yourself just now. Hi, Modupe. Do you have a question? Okay, no problem. I think there was someone else who actually raised up there. Don't be shy. Actually, just don't be shy.
The only thing I want to say is, I think at the end of the day, this thing is kind of confusing because you might not want to know which one to go with again. Is it business analytics, data analytics, AWS? All of you are just sweet.
Okay, so we understand that sometimes people are confused. So what we have is we have what do we call it? So give me a second. Let me confirm what we call it. Clarity session. Yeah, we have what we call clarity session. So you can make payments. Most of our courses are actually the same price. Literally all our 90% of our courses are the same price. It's just data engineering that is a bit more expensive. So rather than the discounted price for all the other courses is 270,000, the discounted price for data engineering is 350,000, right? So you can pay and indicate that you want to talk to a professional. So when you, just give me a second. Let me click on the link so you can see.
No, I already paid. I think I even paid the first day.
Okay.
I already paid. I've paid since. I paid for business analytics. I've done data analytics before.
Okay.
You know, not with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't finish it. So, you know, I'm just saying that this one, that all of you are fantastic. I'm just confused now.
So don't be confused. You're interested in BA. So what we try to do is we don't force people to do a particular program, because let me tell you the honest truth, just like everyone has said, at analytics will come correct. We mean what we say and we say what we mean, right? So whatever we say we're going to do, we're going to do it. So we encourage you to be really dedicated towards your program, right? Because you getting a job, you transiting, you making progress in your career is we tap from your glory. So when you get your glory, we also get our glory. That's the only thing we get from you after you've done your program, right? So we want to ensure that as we're giving you all the information, right? You said you are receiving it. So you need to be prepared to receive everything we give you, right? So you're interested in business analysis, don't worry. If you accept you're not sure, but if you say you're interested in business analysis, all the programs look to see. That's the 10 analytics. We make sure that all our programs are beginner friendly, and you don't need to have any background for any of our programs. That is the way we have made it, right? Because we are trying to encourage people to come into this tech space. You understand? So you said you started the data analysis program with another person but never finished. Don't worry, you have a crash program on data analytics in your business analysis program, which is which is Excel, Power BI, and SQL. So you'll do all of that as well as your business analysis core. Excuse me, is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, I have Elia Tokono. Go ahead, please. If you have a question, you can just raise your hand. I'll call you. Hi, Elia.
Hi. So thank you to the analytics team for this masterclass. In truth, I have been monitoring the analytics team for a while, been thinking about the course, and I thought I'll just join this class for a minute and then go out. But it's been interesting. I've been stuck in here for like an hour. So yes, I've been having a good time. Quick question. How does this certification for this BA course compare with ECBA? Or in case I want to go ahead and look at certifications afterwards, how would that dovetail into such certification, ECBA or ultimately to CBAP?
Okay. Sean, do you want to give more light on that?
Okay. So the certification we give you in analytics, I don't know if you can hear me. You can see me.
Yes,
the certification we give you in analytics is a certification of completion, right? That you have completed the course and you're now a master business analyst. And our track record speaks for itself. A lot of companies know about analytics today, and that certificate alone is good enough to get you a job. However, if you then intend, to proceed to get the standard certifications from IBA or from BCS, British Computer Society, and the likes, you can proceed to get that. The course has been designed in such a way that you'll be able to sit for those exams. Of course, you do a bit more just reading and research, outside of the class, but 80% of the course has been designed in such a way that you can sit for those exams and you can pass them. You don't need any other extra training, for you to be able to sit for those certification exams and pass them. So yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, Leah.
Ilya.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Barnabas, your question. Barnabas, you want to appear?
Yes, hello. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Well, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the class. I think this is like the fourth masterclass I've joined because of how interesting it is. And the last 2 weeks ago, I joined the same masterclass and I asked the same question that Ilya asked too. But my question right now is this. I realized that we have 2 slots for the class. And last week, I asked if we can fast track the class, but I was told that it was not possible. Now, does that mean that if the late, let's say the 3 to 7 p.m. class, if it is more convenient for me, can I choose that particular class to be my preferred class instead of going for 2 to 5 o'clock?
Yes, so but the thing is, you have to choose. You can't today do morning class and tomorrow do evening class, because they have 2 completely different classrooms. They have 2 completely different group chats. They have, you get the momentum is different, right? Even though it's the same thing you're doing. So that's why I would say, look at your plan, look at your calendar, right? How do you work? How's your life? How's your schedule? Like, it's just 3 hours in a day. It's not like it's 8 hours or 10 hours. It's just 3 hours in a day. What 3 hours can you spare? Can you spare 3 hours in the morning or 3 hours in the evening on Saturday? 3 hours in the afternoon, 3 hours in the evening on Sunday? Which of them? So can you do morning or evening class? You understand?
I think, yeah, okay. Thank you. For me, I think the evening class is better for me because I'm a photographer, right? So basically, weekends, we have weddings, we have events. So the most preferred time for me will be evening. I think I'll just go with that.
That's fine. So when you register, right? Let me just show you. And you upload your receipt.
All right.
I want to, sorry. I just want to show you so that you have an idea of what I'm saying. So I'm just going to put something. I know I'm not male, but it's just for it to, you need to click that. You need to read our terms and conditions and you agree to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you make payments now, I need to upload the picture. I just want to show you that in fact how you do it for those of us who just need guidance. Just give me a second. I need to upload the picture.
Okay.
Also, if you do miss a class, maybe due to some tight circumstances, you can't attend the class, the recordings will be available, definitely, that you can always access and watch the class at your convenience before the next class, just to catch up. So
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes, we have recordings, every single thing, your live classes, your watch me do it, your navigating the job market, every single thing, whether it's weekend or the in-between classes, CV preparation, every single thing is recorded and you have it in your classroom. So when you click the program you're interested in, so those of us who are not sure, you can click I need to speak with a professional, and we'll organize a clarity session. We have clarity sessions, I think twice in a week. So you can if you indicate now, you can join tomorrow's clarity session because we're close to the deadline. So I think it's just one more clarity session. Yeah. So I need to speak to a professional. So when I click business analysis, I click next. It will ask you, what program are you interested? Are you interested in the morning cohort or the evening cohort? And you can see the time is stated there. So you pick what works for you. Does that make sense?
Okay. It does. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you very much, Barnabas. Ibrahim, go ahead. Ibrahim, go ahead. So I just saw a question in the chat room.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So I was just trying to
go ahead.
Unlock my mic. So in the UK, basically, so I'm basically running temporary job. So you understand. So the schedule is pretty tight. So I'm looking towards the getting on for the one you have coming up on the 5th, as it has been said. So I don't basically know if you guys can actually allow that part of altering, maybe like having one in the daytime and one in the evening for the weekends, if it's actually possible.
I didn't get that, Ibrahim.
Oh, okay. You guys run your programs on weekend, right?
Yes, weekends.
Okay, so I was actually wondering that is it just type that if you pick the day to attend the section the daytime, the both is just going to be the day, or you can have one in the day, you can have one in the night. Is it
No,
optional?
it's just one day. It's just one time. So it's either you are choosing 3 hours, it's just 3 hours, right? It's just 3 hours. So it's either you're choosing 3 hours in the morning or 3 hours in the evening. We do not have classes in the week. What we have during the week are short sessions. So your CV optimization will be during the week in the evening. You know, just chilling and having your CV optimization. You understand? We also have drop-in sessions in the course of the week because sometimes while you have your classes on Saturdays and Sundays, sometimes you just want to ask an extra question to hack. So we have drop-in sessions in the course of the week. So those are just 1 hour sessions, and that's the maximum we have every week. 1 hour session here and there, mostly Thursday and Fridays, 1 hour session here, 1 hour session there. So the only time that we have full-fledged live classes are Saturdays and Sundays, and it is for 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday. You can either choose 3 hours in the morning or 3 hours in the evening. It is not 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening. No, 3 hours in the morning or 3 hours in the evening. Does that make sense, Ibrahim?
Yeah, it makes sense. So the recorded class, where is it going to be then? If peradventurally I could not attend the class, if I go on my own to see the recorded
Give me a
section.
second. Let me see. I believe I should have access to one of the classrooms. Just give me a second. Let me see if I have. But I don't think I have access to one of the recent classrooms. So, just give me a second. Okay, I have January cohorts, so at least I can show you January cohorts. So this is January cohorts. They have completed their program, right? So when you pay for the program, you receive your welcome kit.
Okay.
Now this is this is January. We have improved compared to now. So you have more things in this. When we have onboarding, you have onboarding videos on how to download Power BI, how to download Excel, how to download SQL, how to download all these things in your welcome kit. We have it in your welcome kit, but we also have it in the classroom. So when you make payment, you fill the form, your payment is confirmed. Analytics team sends you welcome kit, which has everything. And your welcome kit will be linked to this classroom and linked to the WhatsApp group chat. We also have a dedicated program coordinator, which is Ubong, who is dedicated to the business analysis program. Now we have onboarding and skills assessment session. So this is Microsoft Excel class, sorry. So this is the first class Excel. So like I said, obviously this is January, so we have improved. We are always looking for how to add more. So I don't think we had regular drop-in sessions in January, but now we have regular drop-in sessions, right? Microsoft Excel, watch me do videos, Power BI, watch me do videos, this mentorship session, SQL, watch me do videos, you can still, and now the watch me do videos are videos that you can watch in the course of the week. You can just chill and watch it 1 hour on Monday, 1 hour on Tuesday, you know, just watch it and let it guide you. You understand? It's for your pleasure, right?
All right.
This mentorship session, then this is when they started the BA class 1, BA class 2, they had CV review session, navigating the job market. We have games nights. Just once in a while, just ask phone questions, about what you're learning. BA class 3, 4, we have mentorship session, CV review session 2, BA class 5, mentorship session 4, BA class 6, BA class 7, mentorship session 5, LinkedIn optimization, BA class 8, BA class 9, Upwork optimization, that's the freelancer optimization, BA class 10, mentorship session 6, LinkedIn optimization 2. We have 2 LinkedIn optimizations and we have 2 CV optimizations. Capstone project, building a portfolio. So now this is January cohort. Like I said, I don't have access to the current cohorts, right? So I would have shown you, but you will have access to, and it is for life.
So when is it? And then I just have 2 short questions more. So for the sections, if I watch myself and there's some things I don't get, the one you'll be doing for the Thursday, I can actually ask questions relating to the section I work.
Your coordinator will notify you. So first of all, your WhatsApp group, you have WhatsApp group chats where your lecturer, your facilitator is in that WhatsApp group chat with you. You understand? So first thing is
Okay.
you're encouraged to ask questions during live classes, because there are sometimes you'll get it better when, as the question hits you, you ask those questions, right? 1, 2, you have your WhatsApp group, your WhatsApp group with your facilitator. Don't wait till the next week. Don't let it linger on. As the question comes, ask. And as your facilitator gets time, because also your facilitator is working, everybody's having their own personal life. So once they get time, they'll respond to you and provide you that. Then if I think whenever Tenalytics fixes drop-in sessions, right, Ubongo will notify you, so you will know when we have drop-in sessions. I'm not sure if business analysis has it weekly or bi-weekly, but whenever business analysis has drop-in sessions, Ubongo will notify you.
Okay. That makes sense. Is it? Oh, do we have like practicals as we go? Like
yes, all our classes are
practical. Like you get to give something else, like you guys can realize on this as we go, so that we know that we're following through.
We have regular deliverables.
We have regular deliverables. So when is the maximum pay for this August one? And is it capped just to £200?
Thursday is the deadline. Thursday 3rd.
This Thursday, this week, right?
Yes, because the program starts on Saturday. You need to, if by the time you pay on Thursday, we need to confirm and send you welcome kit, because there's an onboarding on Friday evening.
So anything that exceeds that, we have to wait till next month. Is that
most likely, because we don't want people to join mid session, because one thing we've noticed, the people who join midway, they don't take the class as serious as people who join from the beginning. And like I said, we are very interested in value. We want to give you value. I want you to receive value, right? We're interested in your progress. So we try to shy away from people joining midway.
okay? That's going to be quite difficult though for the Thursday, I'll be honest, but no problem. Let's see.
Reach out to Ubong. I don't know. Are you in the WhatsApp group chat? So reach out to Ubong. Let's discuss with Ubong.
But we can. I've not been added, so there's nothing I can say.
Ubong,
The one I'm added to.
Ubong is going to jump the WhatsApp group chat, right? So he is one of the admins on the WhatsApp group chat.
Okay. So I'll chat. So if there's any information that can be made. Oh, that's about all. Thank you. I'll take the WhatsApp.
We can't hear you, Nene. I think you're talking, but we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, my microphone just died. Yeah. Elia, can you hear me? I said I should please go on.
Okay, hi, I'm back. Quick one. I think I have a similar challenge in terms of timing with the previous speaker. When is the next cohort after 5th August?
September 2nd.
Just want to clarify.
September 2nd.
Sorry?
September 2nd.
September 2nd.
Program every first Saturday of the month. So September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. All right, thank you.
But one thing I'll tell you, the honest truth I'll tell you is we can't guarantee prices will remain constant for every month, right? We can't say that this exact price you're going to have next month, because we can see what's going on with the exchange rates and everything, right? So what we tell people is, if you're interested, make a down payment or make a commitment, so that if you make a commitment, we don't say, oh, you made a commitment at £300 and now the price is £400 or whatever pounds, right? And we say top up. No. So what we've seen is people say, oh, they're interested, and they come back and say, we were here when the price was £250 or £200 or 200,000 naira, 10,000 naira. How come it's now 270,000 naira? So please, if you're interested, indicate interest, make a commitment, indicate interest, so that you have this at the discounted price. Okay, when you go ahead.
No, sorry.
Okay, Elia, go ahead.
Yes, are you suggesting that if I'm interested in the September course, I can make a down payment for it now?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
can make
All
it.
right.
So when
Thank you.
you click the form, you can pick. So see the form. All right, this is the form I was filling before. Oh, I've already. So when I started class, there's August, there's September. Oh no, this is the attendance. I've already closed that. So let me see if I can get it open. Okay. Next. When do you intend to start the training? You can either click August or September. Can you see that? Elia, can you see that?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Fantastic. Onye, please go ahead.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome. Yes, I can.
Okay, I want to ask the discount price, is the deadline still today? Because like I'm having issue with my mobile app.
Okay, so because we had extended it, that's the best way I can explain it. We extended because we decided it won't be fair for us to have new people in the masterclass and tell them that the discounted slots are gone. So we extended the discounted slots till Thursday, right? So I think after Thursday, anybody who wants to make payment, I think there's a way the team does it, and you have to pay the exact amount, or you pay the full amount. There's a way that the team does it, but I know that this discounted slots, right, is you'll be able to, when you make payment, you'll be able to guarantee on 270,000 by Thursday.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So you can, if your bank transfer is not happening, you can use your card, use either PayPal or Paystack. Don't let the discount go by you. You understand? So that's why we have options. So if you click on this link, you have the Paystack option where you can pay with Naira card to any of the whether full payments, instrumental payments, full or instrumental payments. Yeah. Okay. Is that fine?
Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah. All right.
Fantastic. So I'm just going to respond to some questions in the chat room. So Luther said that he has completed the data analytics class and wants to undertake the BA class and is looking to start the BA class midstream at a further discount. No, we don't do that. So if you are going to take the business analysis program, you are going to start from the beginning. We don't do half classes, because our price is not just about the classes. You're going to get different value proposition. You're going to get the CV review. You're going to get LinkedIn optimization. You're going to get mentorship session, weekly mentorship sessions. You're going to get navigating job markets. All of these things are not included in price. You know, if you've checked other places, you know that our value proposition is actually as it's still. So we don't give further discounts. You don't get any further discounts from that. Okay, let me see. Do I have any other question? Ubong, have you dropped the WhatsApp group chat? How do we get the registration form? So this link, Ubong has dropped this link in the chat room. Ubong has dropped this link in the chat room. Let me drop here. So when you click this link, right? When you click this link in the chat room, sorry, what I want is, sorry. I'm trying to paste it. Ubong, not this one. Yeah. I don't know why it's typing it differently when I paste it. It's pasting it as a picture. Okay, so basically Ubong has dropped this. So this is just main stack. I'm trying to get it for you in the chat room. Ubong is not, okay, fantastic. Sean has dropped it. Thank you very much. Sean. Ubong was not sending it. Okay, so that's it. So you're also going to get this slide, and on this slide you have everything. So you can just take a screenshot of this, right? Send a message. This is WhatsApp, Tenalytics WhatsApp number. Take a screenshot of this. You have Tenalytics Nigeria WhatsApp and UK WhatsApp number. It's WhatsApp alone, so you can message us at any time. And if you can't get this link, you ask them for the link and you register. Is that fine? Let me see. Is there any other question in the chat room that I have not responded? Ubong, have you dropped? Thank you very much. Ubong, have you dropped the WhatsApp group? Someone mentioned that they are not in the WhatsApp group. please drop the link to the WhatsApp group. Okay, Ubongo responded actually. Thank you. So please drop the link to the WhatsApp room, WhatsApp group chat. Right. So for those of us who are not in the WhatsApp group chat and want to get more information, please make sure you put the attendance form. Attendance is what guarantees you that you get access to today's recording, you get access to today's materials, you get access to my slides, get access to shown slides, you get access to every single thing. So thank you very much. Do we have any question before we conclude today's masterclass? Any other question? Any hand raised? Okay. I think at this juncture, it's 11 o'clock. We can call it a day, on a night, actually. Thank you very much to everyone who stayed to the end. Hopefully, we see you next week, Saturday, where we start business analysis with Microsoft Excel. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.